vassal slaves were just in prettier cages.
Oh, niggas. We're only getting started. Good evening. I'm Megan North.
And I'm Jeremy Dawes.
What's up, guys?
Our main headlines tonight.
Every single one of you's a big Jesus.
What a wild
Here you
ride.
guys in there?
Well, that's a very blunt
Get back into it. I don't. Hey, baby. You know. I hope everyone's doing good. I don't know exactly how much longer it's left in us. We're pretty far into it, I feel like. So either we'll jump into Warzone after, or we'll start. I don't know if we'll do the DLC for this, but we might start a Sherlock Holmes game too. We'll see how far it goes. Just turn down so that coming in noise. Make sure I follow me. I can follow me too. Alright, we're good there. Cool.
Alex? Are you receiving? Calling. Come in, Alex? Can you hear the signal? Pick up. Alex, are you receiving?
What?
Pick up. This is Alan James. The revolution starts tonight, Alex, and we need your help. Throughout this broadcast, we're going to ask you to do things that will directly help with this mass protest. I'll be talking to you regularly tonight, and I'll also be hacking you when I can. Please help get our message out. We're on the verge, Alex. You've always been fair and balanced in your approach to us. With your help, we can tip the balance in our favor. If you play our tape at the second break, that's when we think it will have the most impact. It's on your right.
Should we play it? Why can't I hear it? Is the audio turned off? No. Check power. It's not letting me check the power. Okay, to make me do this? Okay, I'm trying to check the power, but it's not letting me. Well, it's not letting me do this. Ugh, it's gonna restart anyway. That was weird. It wouldn't let me go over to turn it on so I can hear it. Or maybe I just didn't have it turned up right. I need to turn down my volume on my thing so I can hear myself. The Uprising, 9/12.
Tonight, Alex, and we need your help. Throughout this broadcast, we're going to ask you
There
to
we
do
go.
things that will directly help with this mass protest. I'll be talking to you regularly tonight, and I'll also be hacking you when I can. Please help get our message out.
What do you think I should do? Should I do it,
We're
babe, or
on the
no?
verge, Alex. You've always been fair and balanced in your approach to us. With your help, we can tip the balance in our favor. If you play our tape at the second break, that's when we think it will have the most impact. It's on your right.
Of Just the Job, followed at 10 p.m. by a chance to see the very last episode of Just the Job.
So what?
That's doing.
How should I know?
What, you haven't heard from him?
He's a wanted criminal, Colin.
So's my nan, but she never missed her birthday.
Your grandmother's on the run, Colin.
Yeah. Armed robbery, resisting arrest, double homicide of the same bloke. She's right laugh.
Hope he's all right, though. No, he's got this far, and your brother was fine.
Going in 10 seconds, everybody. Wonder what they're doing.
Annoying him, probably.
Not probably, definitely. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening. This is the National Nightly News, broadcasting across the territories. My name is Megan Wolf. Our top stories tonight. Future legend. It's been 40 days since Disrupt conducted multiple attacks across the territories. During the coordinated action, subsequently dubbed the Night of Fire, emergency services were kept busy at the agricultural centres, while a series of covert attacks were carried out freeing political prisoners, including former newsman Jeremy Donaldson. Nothing has been heard from the missing journalist since the violent Disrupt attack on his convoy 6 weeks ago. Donaldson was on his way back to Betterment after his notorious court appearance. All of us here at Channel 1 hope that wherever he is now, he's safe. Food, glorious food. With the last of the menu centres opening in territories 5, 8 and 14 today, Advance confirmed that the programme is now in full operation, providing free food for every citizen of the new future. What started as rationing during the 20-week war has blossomed into a social contract that is the envy of the unawakened world. Jack Tractorpants, spokesman for the menu centres, said today that while they can guarantee the contents of every box is nutritious, the actual quality of the meals you cook depends on whether you have a touch of Chef Jordan Rankby or the culinary skills of a professional footballer. If I were a rich man, problems in territories 11, 17 and 22 today as striking bosses attempted to undermine their new economies. With seemingly no awareness of irony, the former CEOs and MDs have come together to form the Wealth Creators Union, with demands including a return to 150% bonuses, private jets and mandatory grovelling zones. In an annoying show of petulance, the former elites drove their luxury vehicles at 10 miles per hour up and down the motorways of their respective territories. The coordinated protest of elites inconvenienced several hundred thousand of their employees. Some fun now. Signs of ever more resistance to Advance's radical policies today, as popular resistance movement Disrupt extended their reach further across the territories. The organisation's emblem appeared in every major city across the territories last night in a well-coordinated publicity stunt, which has seen them dominate the headlines. Asked about the impressive display earlier today, Disrupt spokesperson Alan James said that the movement was reaching what he described as a critical mass. A poor choice of words given recent history. And an ending of sorts tonight for 3 stories we've been following. A spilt purse out of a spow's ear. After her pet project was seen to fail miserably last year, an undaunted Sophia Remington today announced exciting plans for the world's biggest landfill, promising there's cash in all that trash. Dubbed Big Stinky by protesting residents of nearby town Calamity, the massive hole should be perfect for disposing of surplus flasks, AT cartridges and the unwanted gadgets made by talented children from across the pond. By pulling success from the fires of potential failure again, Sophia Remington ends a turbulent 2.5 years as CEO at the top of her game. Nerdpocalypse. It seems the story of the stranded scientists of Dante's Taint came to an end today with the final chapter written in blood. There don't seem to be any survivors in the remote cave system after a violent conflict broke out about the correct syntax of a binomial equation. Abandoned by their colleagues on the surface, denied supplies by a world which moved on without them, we have to ask ourselves who's to blame for this crisis. And where did they get those swords from? Man on. Footballer Johnny Handsleeves and his new wife Tiffany Lamour proudly announced today that their little team was 1-0 up at full time, which apparently means that they're having a baby. Once beset by tabloid controversy, Johnny seems to be settling well into family life, calling this latest news the ultimate golden goal, if a golden goal also peed on you. All that, plus we'll be taking a trip to Dangley Parks for the notice board, as well as getting a sneak peek at the hottest ticket in town. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Soon it will be time for you to help us again. Come out of your houses, block the traffic, bring the capital to a standstill. I've met so many of you in my travels up and down Territory 1. You always ask the same question. How can I help? Well, this is how. And as for when, you'll know. Keep watching.
But first, 500 days after the loss of a fine leader and a great man, the start of tonight's programme is dedicated to remembering and celebrating the life of Peter Clement. Patrick Bannon is live from Parliament Park, where Julia Salisbury will be breaking ground on what will soon be a memorial garden in Peter's honour. Patrick.
Listening to that old bitch lying through her teeth about missing that poor bastard.
Patrick.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
We're live.
Because I'm not being funny. Things were better with Peter, weren't they?
Patrick.
They were, and I don't mind saying it. They were, because he held her back. But now there's no stopping her.
Hello, Patrick. We're
But
live.
of course,
Not
can't say
bleeping
that,
any of
Francis.
that stuff. The
No,
blue.
not with public ownership. No, with public ownership, you can't say anything these days.
There.
She's lost it, mate. She's completely off the rocker. I heard from an aide that...
He's dead.
Hello, Megan. You join me here live from the what? Oh.
Lost some signal there for a moment. Well, we will be going live to that groundbreaking ceremony just as soon as we can get Patrick back.
Interesting.
Meanwhile, let me just say, I think the memorial gardens are going to be gorgeous. I've had a sneak peek at the designs and Alana Marsh has done a fabulous job. Oh, okay, all right, it seems like we have got the signal back. We can now go live to Patrick Bannon in Parliament Park. Patrick.
Thank you, Megan. I'm Patrick Bannon, and we are indeed live here. Apologies for the technical difficulties there, but any moment now, Julia Salisbury will step out on stage behind me.
Alex, Bozeman here. The boys in editing have just informed me that the eulogy footage isn't fully cut together yet. You're going to have to do it on the fly. For goodness sake, make sure you make it look good.
Slowly gathering since this afternoon.
Nope.
This is Alan. You can undermine them here and help us win hearts and minds. Make him look bad, Alex. Really bad.
And it seems like the ceremony is getting underway. Here is Prime Minister Julia Salisbury, the picture of elegance, to begin her address.
Good evening, fellow teammates and friends. 500 days ago, all of our lives changed irrevocably. Still reeling from the triumphs and tribulations of Liberation Night, another great loss befell the people of these newly united territories. The loss of a leader, a statesman, a dear friend, and a hero. Peter Gordon Clement.
Peter's death at the age of just 62, of course, announced by the team on the 24th of December, just 6 weeks after Liberation Night.
Born to a working-class family on a housing estate in Rotherham,
I'll make him look
Peter first
horrible.
trained as a carpenter before getting his start on television. First moving and building scenery, and then developing into the personality that we all knew and loved so much.
Just the Job first hit our screens over 25 years ago, running for 11 series, winning multiple awards, and charming audiences up and down the country.
Peter taught us, all of us, not to be content with the way things are, not to accept inequities, no matter how small. But he also taught us what it took to fight them. Courage, integrity.
He was an asshole, so I don't care.
And
I mean, he's probably gonna die. They're probably gonna get us killed anyway.
Across a career spanning 3 decades, Peter Clement was known for shows including Wake Up, It's Saturday, and much later, late night chat show PT, which at its peak drew millions of viewers.
Peter was by no means a saint. Trust me, he once told me he had more regrets than he'd had stolen dinners. He always did have a knack for a turn of phrase. But it speaks to the strength of his character that he chose to share with us his mistakes alongside his faults as well as his talents. Peter had the heart to give it all he had for the people of these united territories.
Famous for his potty mouth, it's estimated conservatively that Peter Clement uttered over 1.5 million swear words during his career, though some sources put this figure well in excess of 2 million F-bombs alone.
Gripped by illness as he was in the weeks and months leading up to Liberation Night, he wasn't the man we loved. But His eyes still twinkled with that familiar joy for life, that spark of wit and wisdom of a life lived for others.
Prime Minister Clement, of course, died from apparent liver failure after suffering from the long-term effects of alcohol abuse.
I first met Peter nearly 20 years ago. Moments before I was supposed to give a speech. Not unlike this one, actually. Only I'd spilled coffee all down myself. And I was young, nervous, desperate to be liked. And from behind me, I heard, "Christ, Pet, you've either pissed your kecks or sprung a leak, but either way, you got a problem." And before I could even say a word, he stripped off his dry trousers and insisted I took them. That was the sort of man that Peter Clement was. Kind, compassionate, sensitive.
He was an asshole when we met
A
him.
brilliant thinker, a natural leader.
How's everyone doing? Thanks for coming in, guys.
A good man. This glorious, full and new, this shining beacon of
Thank you, Alex.
equality and
There'll be another opportunity to steer public perception soon. It's really starting. You'll know when.
his accomplishments, the future he forged, the boundaries he pushed. To me,
Hey, King,
he'll
hi,
always
thanks
be
for
the man
stopping
in
in.
his pants, cheering
Did you
his
get
strangers
another
back in
dub?
conference. It is my great honour to give to you the Peter Clement Memorial Garden. Should we see if we can get a countdown going? Everyone with me? 10, 9, 8, 7.
Oh!
Now, Alex, control the message.
Mom, we have to get into safety. Come with us.
I'm not leaving, I can't!
Oi!
You two, come with me! Don't panic! You're hurting me! You're gonna be okay. Okay, you two stay with him.
Mom.
No resistance!
Turn the camera off. National Night News. We have the right to be here. I said turn the fucking camera off.
Holy shit.
Stay with me. Help.
That's not necessarily good either.
I've got you. Just
you sit down.
I can't hear you. I'm from the National. No, stay with me. I need help now. Please.
Salisbury's still here. Julius Salisbury! You were guilty of the murder of more than 10 million people. Justice demands a response.
Haven't you done enough? Look around you.
Fucking
This is
time.
what your precious freedom looks like, is it? On the fire!
People of territory want! Rise up! Take to the streets, the time is come! Windows, draw them out! They can't stop us all! Resist! Distract!
Lower your weapons!
Mom? Jesus.
I said, lower your weapons now!
Get off now. What are you doing? Come on!
Will you turn that off, please, sir? I said, please turn that off.
Shocking scenes from the capital there, exclusively on the scenes from the capital.
You've just seen them execute unarmed civilians. People like you and me. So why are you watching this? Why are you not in the streets with us tonight? What will it take for you
That's
to
not
get
good
up
either,
and be
though.
a part of this? March on team headquarters, storm the building, demand elections, demand answers. Be what you were born to be, the once
happier pursuits, and you know what that means by now. Don't go away. We'll be back after this.
That didn't go so well, Alex.
Everyone's safe for the crew.
But we can turn it around in the next segment.
Good distance from the unit base. It's becoming a weekly event. Right. It's different tonight. This is the big one. Great. So there's a revolution happening outside and we're off to Dangley fucking Park. That's journalism, apparently.
We get set for the next sequence.
A+. Look at that. Hell yeah. More people. Thank you guys for stopping in. Appreciate it. Thank you very much, guys. No, I don't want to replay that shit.
And after just 8 years service, you're practically guaranteed a position at one of Remington's Fist's up-and-coming new sectors.
There's human effluence disengagement, stationary enumeration, the treasury, or defense.
Alex, during this next section, a cameraman working in the newsroom who's one of us is going to get a coded location out. We don't know yet which camera he's on, but if we find out, I'll let you know. Just keep your eyes out for the fist and try and keep it on the air for at least 5 seconds.
Got it.
Our operatives will do the rest.
Got it. Look out for the fist.
Megan, this is your new makeup artist, Craig.
No.
What?
No.
Looking.
10 seconds, everybody. Sorry, Craig. It's a no. Okay, we are going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News with me, Megan Wolfe. Very shortly, we'll be heading on over to the final episode of what has quickly become a hugely successful feature, the Notice Board. But before we do, let's chat with Philippa Radin. Tell me, why do you think the public love the Notice Board so much?
I don't know if that was it.
It's real. There, I said it. It connects with people. You know, people look at us and they say, those are real people struggling with real problems. That's a really interesting point. Yeah, I mean, I was saying to my PA secretary as I got out the limo, I was saying, it's good for people to see normal, authentic people like them on TV. People like you. Yeah, precisely. Unfortunately, then I was interrupted by some dreadful wretch who wanted an autograph, but a swift kicking from security soon put him back in line. Yes, well, I think it's really good that our screens are filled with such relatable stories. So, the Notice Board is coming to an end after a sensational time at the top.
See, I don't know if that's the right thing or what.
It's a combination of so many things. My hard work.
That flyer looked like it had the fist on it, though.
We really have a lot to thank you for. Hey. You're welcome.
We just heard. Our man's on camera 4.
Yeah.
I have a real sense of responsibility now.
There it is. I knew it.
Get back to the interview, Alex.
And that I should use that platform for good. Yeah, I think that's really important. That we should use this platform to do good in the world. I agree. That's exactly it. So I've decided to help as many
Excellent work, Alex. That's the location shared. Next, you'll need to give them a go.
Better access to education, or reducing child poverty. Oh, no, by adopting as many as I can get my hands on. Oh, okay. How many children have you adopted? Oh, we're well into the double figures now, Megan. I stopped counting in the late 30s. Goodness, that is a lot of children. Yeah, once we finish putting them into the guest room, I'll have to put a futon in the laundry cupboard.
Jesus.
You really are some sort of hero. Hey, I live a privileged life. What can I say? I mean, any child I can take on is a child rescued from suffering. Poor children. Were their lives really that bad before? Oh, they're Northerns, I presume so. Okay. Yeah, it's shocking to think, actually, that only 1 in 10,000 children have a celebrity parent. I'd never thought of it that way before. And I'm doing everything I can to fix those numbers. What do you think it is about your life that's so desirable, then? Well, it's mainly shame and panic interspersed with expensive bottled water, so actually, if anyone wants to, I'd happily trade. Now that I can relate to. Right, we better go off and get ready. That was Philippa Radin sharing some thoughts about her lifestyle. I think it's really important to stay grounded and keep everything in perspective. Clearly, not everyone else agrees, but that's enough from me. Let's go now over to Dangly Parks for the final ever episode of the Notice Board.
What a day! First the tea morning, and now to post this notice. I don't know how I managed to cope with it all. Oh wait, perhaps I do.
1 second. Damn it. Let me send my daughter to bed real quick. Bedtime. Alright. Can I feel like you go to bed? Alright, sorry about that.
Oh! By St. Barnabas, what on earth is all this?
Freeze, dirtbag!
Oh, Laura, it's you. I thought for a moment you were a knife-wielding mugger or stabber.
No, I'm afraid not. It's just me, a community cohesion officer, responsible for keeping crime at record lows.
Of course. Keep forgetting that thanks to you and your colleagues, violence on our streets is a thing of the past.
What's all this, Vicar?
I know! It's a disgrace. Somebody...
It's time for the go code. Give us 3 boos in a row, Alex. That will start the pincer movement. You might just pull this off. Push forward! 3 boos, Alex.
Careful, Vicar. It looks heavy.
Ha! They don't call me the Right Reverend. Ripped for no reason.
You missed it.
My bad.
It's no good.
It looks like all those crucifix classes were a waste of time.
Perhaps you, a young CCO, would be able to move it.
Yes.
Looks like all those lifting classes were a waste of time.
It's too heavy, even for me. A strong and capable...
That's enough. At least you tried, Alex.
Strong enough to
did do
lift this.
Did someone call for the best firefighter in town?
Oh god, this guy.
Hi!
Well done, Captain Evans. You're so much stronger than us.
Especially me, the weak old man.
It's the least I could do for my community.
Ooh.
No luck catching the little devil then?
Unfortunately not. The ferret struck again last night. When Ray opened the post office this morning, he found that every single stamp had been pre-licked.
My God!
Some people have no decency.
Sadly, if we don't catch him before tomorrow, we may have to cancel the village fete.
Don't worry. We won't let that happen. Will we, Vicar?
No, no, no. Laura, tell me, why do they call him the ferret?
Some say it's
God, this
because
is
of
so
his
fucking
sneaky
weird.
nature.
Stupid.
But really, it's because whenever he strikes, he always leaves behind the foul stench of urine.
Never fear, officer. We'll catch this pissy nuisance and save the village fete. Or my name's not Captain Danger Evans. The community cohesion team are doing their best, but they simply don't have the smarts to solve this mystery. But I know someone who does. Someone who's about to blow this thing wide open. Me! Blackout!
Oh, jeez.
Ah, it's the morning of the village fete, thanks to theatrical convention.
I sure hope everything goes to plan. Oh, look! There's Mrs. Craven setting up her cake stall.
And look, there's the motorcycle display team, setting up for a show that will be far too expensive for live television.
I'm going to set up the coconut shy. What are you doing, Vicar?
First, I'm running the tombola. Then, I'll be selling forgiveness for money.
Aren't you judging the jams?
I couldn't possibly.
Well, that sounded like Mrs. Craven. Looks like someone sucked all the jam out of her donuts.
Damn ferret has struck again!
Whatever are we to do?
Although I'm very competent, I have no idea how to solve this case.
I guess we'll just have to cancel the fate.
Hold it right there, ferret.
Me? Have you been drinking from the fire extinguishers again?
Not you, the vicar.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Admit it. You wanted the village fete cancelled so you could have the day off, didn't you?
I already have to work Sundays. I shouldn't have to work 2 days a week.
But how did you know?
Well, my first clue was the smell.
Yes, I do smell of urine.
Next, I noticed that the vicar's tongue was particularly dry, almost as if he'd been licking thousands and thousands of stabs.
Or perhaps eating Mrs. Craven's baking.
Which brings me on to my third clue.
Oh,
the vicar
Jesus.
said that he had no more room, no jam.
Almost as if he'd had his fill.
Precisely.
But you managed to figure it all out from that?
Well, I also found this at the scene.
That proves nothing. No!
Get him out of here, officer!
You did it, Captain. You could say you ferreted him out.
Oh, Jesus. Hello, King. Hopefully the game's going well.
Massive garden. I am doing well.
Thanks to you, we're all doing well.
Coach.
Well, that was it. The final ever episode of
Thank
the Notice Board.
Jesus.
And what a way to end it. Thank you as always to Jeff, Philippa and Tommy. After the break, we'll be both dancing and learning. So don't change that channel. We'll be right back.
That's the ads. Well done, everybody.
Wow! What a brilliant run, eh? After party at my place, eh?
Alex, this station is supposed to be unbiased. Your partisan behavior will end up getting us taken into public ownership even sooner. Less revolutionary zeal. Do your job.
I don't know what you're talking about. Doing my job.
Last push, Alex. We're closing in. One of the guests in the last section is working with us. You'll be asked to censor on our behalf. If you do it right, the final orders will be given. We'll get 3 chances. Get at least 2 of them right, and we're going to win this thing.
Alright.
It's happening, Alex. Tonight we take it back.
Let's see what happens. I mean, whatever fucking happens, happens. I think we're almost done with this game. I really think this is like the last part. That's not that good, but I don't think. It's green though, so maybe it is.
Under advance, the country is poorer. It is poorer in ambition. It is poorer in aspiration. We are infantilized by advance's naive policies.
Please, Sarah.
Policies born from...
Mum, I'm really not supposed to say.
Are we safe?
Hi,
Redistributing
I'm Maddie.
fantasies.
Jen just said to ask if you need any touch-up.
I have poured myself into the media to defend...
That's my shade, is it? Yeah.
This is my shade? I see that now. Mum? Dad?
I'm run back to Jenny.
I'm sorry. Our only hope.
Sorry about that, Sarah. Nothing you can say. At all, like at all. They said no one's died, that's all I can say.
10 seconds.
Interesting.
What's wrong with you?
She is in tears. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later in this segment, we're hoping to be able to go back to Patrick Bannon at the scene of tonight's shocking Disrupt attack. But first, I'm delighted to be joined by the cast of the smash hit musical everyone is talking about. I'll be speaking with the cast in a moment, but first, let's take a look at them in action. Please give a warm National Nightly welcome to the Novaries.
Hello? Doctor? Yes. Thank you for letting me know. I have a decent life. I'm a happy, loving wife. And my job is well paid and fulfilling. I have a husband, John. He's due home soon, won't be long. And I have to tell him something that is absolutely chilling. We share coffee in the morning, and we make love every day. We take time alone together to talk and laugh and play. We prioritize our needs. We do charitable deeds. But the flowers of a happy life are now beset by weeds.
I'm home.
Oh, darling John. Oh, dearest John. There's something very wrong. I've just had a conversation
What is this?
with our Dr. David Watts, so please be seated. This news will make you feel defeated. The scans revealed a lump.
You poor unlucky chump. Is it cancer?
Worse, oh, John. We're having a baby.
How can this be?
Oh, woe is me.
Why has
Worse
this
than
happened to
cancer.
me? I always wear 2 condoms for the maximum of
Safety in our tiny flat. We built a peaceful
Oh,
habitat.
Jesus.
Now our lives are fucked. We're having a baby. Now you can't have any wine at Good Club.
And there won't be any time for foot rubs.
Now your hair will stink of weed.
And you'll start to disagree.
And forget about that holiday in Territory 3. No more waking up at 10:30. In fact, you're never going to get a good night's sleep again. No more snap decisions to go on to a club. You'll be lucky if you even make it out to the pub. Why can't we be more like our gay and lesbian jobs?
The only glue they have to deal with comes from personal bums.
And when they take a sick day at home,
The parasite won't leave you alone.
he's right.
Parasite.
We're our top priority. I look after you, and you look after me. Ain't no trouble and strife. We got a childless life. No one wails and no one bawls. No one draws things on the walls.
A happy husband.
A wonderful wife. We got a childless life.
We're having a baby.
We're having a baby.
Oh my god.
Changing nappies daily. We're having a baby. No more weekends by the coast. Now your kid is uppermost. It's more than a passing craze to have childless days.
We're having a baby.
Food and drink thrown everywhere. Death trap toys at the top of the stairs. Every parent prays to have childless babies.
We're having a baby.
No more spas and no more. We're having a baby. 18 years on bills and leaves. Time for a whole new phase.
We're having a baby.
One more thing before the show begins. Have you considered that you might be having twins?
That was great.
Amazing. The Novaries there, treating us to their opening number from Elegy for a Childless Life, which is currently the hottest ticket in the Capital Theatre
That's
District.
so funny.
We'll be touring the territories later this year. Right then, come on you guys, come on down, let's go, don't be shy.
Hello. Hi, Megan. It's an honour to be here.
Oh, really? Are you fans of the show? Yes, used to be. Well, listen, let's get stuck in. Your amazing musical. Now, I mean, not only do you perform this show every single night,
With matinees on Wednesday and Saturday.
Right, but you're also the show's creators, am I right?
Well, everyone contributed their ideas, and then some of us went away and did the actual work on the script. But no, it's very much a team effort.
Oh, that's fantastic. How rude of me. I've not introduced any of you. I'll be the one being replaced next. Let's go down the line, shall we?
Hi, I'm Jack. Hi.
Jim Blunt. Pleasure to be here.
Jennifer Boren Woodley.
Hello, I'm John Sapley. Used to be in the business professionally.
That might be the
My
guy.
name's Jill, with a J.
And I'm Janet. I'm the youngest.
That's incredible. And you were all friends previously. I mean, what a coincidence, right? With your names beginning with a J.
Oh my goodness, guys! Our names all begin with J.
How have we never noticed that?
Because you haven't typed them out 1,000 times?
Oh, God.
You knew? Why didn't you say anything?
I thought we all knew. It's bloody obvious, isn't it? I just thought we were doing a funny thing where we never mentioned it.
And I believe as well as being friends, you're also couples. In real life as well as in the show.
Well, not exactly.
I'm not married to him. I'm with Janet.
And I'm with John, you lucky bean.
Jim and I are married.
4 fabulous years.
Well, that must make for some confusion in the rehearsal room.
Well, you should have seen the first draft. Jen decided that Jack would play Jim, I would play Jack. Jen, Janet, Jill, Jen, Janet, Jill.
Oh, God.
What about John?
Well, my character was originally just called Man 1.
It was allegorical.
It was very confusing.
Not for a professional.
After much toing and froing,
Gnashing and wailing.
And gin and tonic.
We decided that we'd just use our own names, which is less truthful.
We're also less likely to go into the wrong dressing rooms.
Oh, God, yeah, that would be very embarrassing, wouldn't it?
Of course, when I first wrote it, we were only meant to run for a few nights at the Nimble Village Hall, but when I registered it with the Department for Culture, it caught the eye of someone high up, and before you could say overnight sensation, we were transferring to the capital.
It's all been a bit of a roller coaster, really. I'm only 19. I'm the youngest.
You really don't have to repeat that.
I had to give up my job as a mortuary technician.
Well, yes, we all had to move to the capital.
I love that job.
It's been a very turbulent time.
So peaceful, no singing. So peaceful.
This piece isn't.
Stand by, Alex. Censor the orange.
Censor the orange.
And why you shouldn't have them.
In a way, I guess it is political, with a small p. After all, we are a solid unit, and eagle-eyed audience members will see we nod our heads to advance on stage throughout, and we target the messaging at women aged 22, well, about 35.
That's
as
a
they're
lot of
most likely to be
censored.
afflicted by this terrible problem. Terrible problem.
Having children.
You understand, Megan.
You clearly agree.
This isn't about me. Of course, we see that there are advantages to a family unit.
That's
that
her.
eagle-eyed couples watch as the little parasites advance on their lives. And there's no time to play the guitar, get through a book, or watch a movie. They're exhausted, passed out on the couch by 20 to 9, for God's sake.
Very chatty tonight, dear.
Usually I'm the chatty one. Because
You're the youngest, we know. It's not a badge of honour, Janet.
Oh, well said, John. Thanks, Janet. Got you back.
So could you just tell us what is the play about? What happens in it?
Well,
go ahead.
It's a tragedy, obviously. Jennifer, myself, and John have their child, and then the story charts the downfall of their hopes and dreams.
And there's lots of singing.
And dancing.
A lot.
My character works at a menu centre for a distribution unit. Eagle-eyed, she sees her friend's rapid advance to a pit of despair. Becoming a target for children's TV advertising
Lot of
at
buzzing,
age 22,
'cause I hear-
she decides to take drastic action. I can't really say more, though. I probably said too much already.
Let's not spoil the second act for anyone who might come to see it.
Which should be all of you. For too long, we've been told that a life without children is somehow incomplete, that children are a blessing. Well, I've done the research, and they're not. Besides, there's already loads of bastards running around all over the place, so...
We just want people to have the option of a happy, child-free life without stigma. You know, had come out.
Oh, that was
I
what's
had an
unexpected
experience
that.
with a girl called Julia Jacobs.
She was an experiment, I guess, you know, a chance to dip my toes into the
Meeting. Well, thank you so much for coming in tonight. I really hope you keep them dancing in the aisles for many performances to come. The Nova is there. And I am pleased to say we can now go back to Patrick Bannon to get the latest from the scene of tonight's horrific events. Patrick, you okay?
Thank you, Megan. This is Patrick Bannon reporting from the scene of tonight's devastating and symbolic attack tonight this evening. An attack which I myself have been found myself caught up in. I'm still a little dazed and a little deaf, Megan. So I hope you'll forgive me if I seem that it's time to speak with the Prime Minister. Mrs. Salisbury, that's you. You're still here. The Prime Minister.
I couldn't leave. Not when there were people that needed help. Any team player would have done the same. I don't deserve praise for being human.
Yes, no accolades here. Or Palisades. Or lemonade. Right. Or lemonade. So, is the situation now? Are we safe?
Yes. The security services performed their duties without hesitation, and I would like to assure the public that although there have been some injuries, there were no civilian deaths here this evening.
Well, that's good news about the Sorry, did you say no death?
That's right. No civilian deaths. Just the 4 disrupt terrorists curtailed by law enforcement who were, as always, so cohesive. If I may, I have a message for your viewers.
Of course. Speak there, on the camera there.
Stay at home tonight. Do not become another casualty of war. Disrupt have had their moment. But, as the dear departed Peter Clements once famously said, it ends today.
Oh, this might be the last one.
Thank you, Prime Minister, for those strong words of strength. Back to the studio. Megan, now in studio with Megan Wolf now.
Patrick Bannon there, bravely. That went quite well.
I think we need to get you to hospital, darling. Can we get you to hospital, darling?
Well, that brings us to the end of tonight's National Nightly News. But before we go...
Ooh. Victory is in sight, my friends. You have mobilized. You have come together. From our agents at the television networks risking destiny, those words to you, to the many hundreds and thousands gathering to invade team headquarters. As I speak, we are turning the tide, and it is time for change. Tonight we topple their regime, and we also silence their mouthpiece. Channel 1. Time to wake up.
The shadows, and they are not the overwhelming force they would have you believe. The military have been actioned, and it's pretty scary out there tonight. So stay at home and stay with Channel 1, because the team has assured this programme that the turbulence will soon be over, and we can once again focus our minds on building the new future with equality, fairness, and goodness for all. My name is Megan Wolf. Let's make it tomorrow better.
Alex, tonight is the beginning of the forward advance. Fighter jet, 11 o'clock.
Ooh, shit.
Mr. Detonate, permission granted, old friend. We are going to detonate. Look out the window, Alex. See what you helped make happen.
No, yep. That's gonna be the end of it. Might be the end of the game. Continue. Yeah, wait for the stop, I think. Yeah, so E's aren't good. That's not good. Yeah. Oh. Closely in debt. Yeah, I figured. Hey, it went up, it looks like. Let's see what happened. Important review. Oh, review. You arrive at work a little early despite a stressful journey in. You still aren't quite sure of everything that happened, though. If the swarm of CCOs all over the building is anything to go by, this isn't just Channel 1 matter. This is confirmed when you are informed you need to speak with Bozeman immediately and are escorted to his office. You sit nervously outside waiting for his response. Alright, give me 1 second. Let me go refresh my lyrics. Forward in. A few minutes later, the boss man arrives, disheveled and with a stern-looking CCO in tow. Ah, yes, Winston, good. This is the specialist Abels. She will be observing this interview. Please come inside and take a seat. The ruby-faced man bustles into his office and leaves the door open for you to follow. The few times you've been here before, it was immaculate with everything in its proper place. Not so today. It must be serious for Bozeman to be this flustered. So, do you know why you're here today? Bo's eyes are sharp and his gaze is fixing on your face across the desk. Abels is standing behind you, out of sight, but definitely not out of your mind. No, not really, no. I wasn't involved with anything that happened yesterday. I assume... Alright. What happened last night was nothing short of a culmination of an outrageous campaign of terror has been reaping on the nation and territory. Bozeman shoots a glance behind you to your left where your CCO is observing. And it is, of course, our duty to root out this crowd wherever we find it to prevent anything like that. Last night happened again. I have been asked by the advance to perform interviews with all the staff members involved and will be submitting personal reviews of your performance, both during the incident in question and throughout your time here. This can only end well. Please express your concerns. Just tell the truth, Winston, and this will all be over. Arranges the papers. Bozeman clears his throat and begins. Obviously, a lot of happened last night. I have a number of interviews to conduct today, so I'd rather not waste any time. Be brief, concise, and clear with your answers. You nod. Let's start at the beginning of the broadcast and work your way through it. After the attack at the Montreal, you seem to have portrayed the terrorists in quite sympathetic why. I show what's happening. The news is that's our job, right? I see. So you're saying it couldn't be helped and you had to show the aftermath as you did. I'll be sure to make a note of that. Funny how unauthorized footage always seems to find its way into your broadcast. Bozeman scribbles some notes down and the noise of his pen scratching in the notepad punctured only with a consistent tick-tocking of ordinary clock. Hopefully this will be over soon. Reviewing this broadcast, we noticed something a little odd about a particular camera choice. It was while everyone was talking. Oh, where did I put it? Ah, yes, do you recognize this? With flourish, Bozeman produces the leaflet from the notice board and places it on the desk in front of you. I honestly didn't even notice that was there. I assumed it was part of the set. Why else would it be there? So you're saying you blame the lies entirely on the crew of the set? There's no way you could possibly use your own judgment to have determined it was unsuitable? You're here just to photograph the CCO behind you, typical Winston. We shall see. Not exactly subtle here. There. Towards the end of the show, there appeared to be some issues with the sensor equipment. At some point, Bozeman pauses for a moment, putting the lid on his pen and placing it carefully on his desk, perpendicular to his notebook. How do you explain the fact that you sense a perfectly acceptable language during the fundamental? Seems to be an issue with the machine. Frank probably forgot to do his checks. I just do it this way, so I didn't notice. I don't decide what's supposed to be censored. It would be a very strange coincidence that one of our key pieces of equipment were to develop a malfunction at the exact time. Struggle chose to attack a disappointing but not unsurprising lapse by a competent employee seems to be more likely, but I suppose we won't know until maintenance has had a chance to look over check it out properly. Silence takes over. Bozeman writes some notes. Many questions will you have to answer. At this point, Bosun took out a pair of glasses and placed them somewhere delicately on the end of his nose, and then portly, man leaned forward to examine his syndicate. Now, obviously, we have to expect an odd bit of interference here, and they're unavoidable. However, he paused, turning the pages, and said, interference is not the same as terrorist propaganda. Would you care to explain how quite so much of their messaging found its way into our airways? With everything going on, I should have realized until it was too late. The machine's been out of date for years. Even the last update didn't make it life easier. Out of the corners eye, you note specialist Abels is visibly more attentive, waiting your boss's response. Well, it's certainly true that accidents do happen, but it's an amazing coincidence how often they seem to happen when you're around Winston. Those smiles, anything but warm. Abel glances towards you with a stare that can only be described as glacial. You offer a stern smile back. A loud creak breaks the growing silence as Bosun leans back in the chair. The tape of the poor Miss Brightman. Why'd you play it? Help me understand why you play the tape. As he meets Glaze, you almost surprised to see his earnest concern in the old man's eyes. It seemed like the news. I was worried what this destruct might do if I didn't play it. It seems like the news isn't. You watched as Bosun slowly cleans his glasses before answering. Well, at the end of the day, you chose to do it, Alex, and I know what I'd have done if I was in your shoes. After all, I know what I'd have done in your shoes. Okay, after all, you have a habit of playing tape you shouldn't, don't you? He clears his throat and leans forward again, staring at you for a moment. It is, however, all I had for you. You got it's over. I don't even know if I'm reading this right. I can't read word shit, right, apparently. I think that's all information we need for now, Winston. Bosun looks questioningly at the CCO. But by the time you turn around, the moment passed. But you just go home for now. There's no work for you until we get a new satellite tower. But of course, don't leave town. I may have more questions for you following the other interviews. As you leave, you open hostility in Specialist Abel's eyes. You see open hostility. Jesus Christ. Regularly the consequences. Jesus. A banquet for some. It's your anniversary. A week away could have been just what the doctor ordered in Sam, but after speaking with the travel agents, there's just no way you can afford it. Still, just because you can't have a holiday doesn't mean you can't make it tonight special. You have the day off today, so you can try to make a nice romantic meal from this evening. Though they did expressly tell you not to bother this morning, you think a cheap last-minute gesture won't change anything, were their exact words. It'll be nice to have a lovely evening together. You get to work turning the house into a perfect romantic setting for tonight. Everything's going to be according to plan. Sam's going to love it. Impatiently, you wait for them to arrive. You even had time to single-handedly clean the entire house floor to ceiling. It took hours, but Sam will appreciate it. And that's all that matters. You hear keys in the lock and put the final touches in place. As Sam sits in the hallway, you're waiting for the door to the kitchen, dressed into the nines and acting as nonchalant as possible. Alex, what is all this? Oh God, did you clean? And what's that smell? They give you the quick kiss as they step past you into the kitchen, where the banquet is laid out, candles lit, and Charlie standing quietly and grinning. Oh my God, Alex, happy anniversary, Sam. Happy anniversary, Charlie echoes as Sam turns to you, smiling and with tears in their eyes. Alex, it's perfect. Sam rushes over and kisses you softly, only breaking off when you get a less than subtle cough from Charlie. So I got officially accepted into the Community Cohesion Management Program. Charlie bursts out, what did you just say? Charlie picks up a rucksack next to him and heads towards the front door. Have a good evening. Don't do anything I wouldn't do it. I'll be around at friends tonight and be back tomorrow, so don't wait up. Sam meets your eyes and you both chuckle. You pull out Sam's chair for them. Why, thank you, Sam says, taking a seat and grinning at you. Sam, so Charlie's been busy. They shake their head as you take your own seat opposite of them. Tomorrow for now. You really didn't have to do this, Alex. I know. I wanted to. I love you, Sam. I love you too. They breathe, admiring the panoply of food You've prepared for them. Now, where on earth do I begin? They laugh as you pour the first glass of champagne of the evening. You very lucky to have a wonderful family. Who could ask for more? I don't know what else they can do. Like, holy shit. I'm surprised this game's not over yet. A job down. Everything's ready. You and Sam have been trying to watch Bullet Man for years, but you missed it in cinemas and never seemed to be in stock when you went to pick up the VHS. Now you're just waiting for them to get home so you can start. You hear the front door open as you put a bowl of popcorn on the coffee table. We're all ready to go. Get your butt in here. Sam comes in with a vacant stare, ignoring both film and snacks as they sit down next to you. You have actually nudged them before they're... Sam, what is it? I just been let go from work. Sam's just staring into space. Apparently there just isn't a need for 2 nursery teachers anymore. Not enough children, so they can't justify the expense. Honey, I'm so sorry. It'll be okay. You'll find another place. No, you don't get it. There just isn't the demand for younger teachers anymore. Not just here, anywhere. I don't know what I'm going to do. What are we going to do? You pull Sam into a... I know, things are tough, but we'll think of something. How, Alex? We barely scraped him by as it is, and now Sam starts to sob. We're going to have to sell the house. I can't see any other option. We got too many debts to pay. If that's what we have to do, it's only the 2 of us living here now anyway. I suppose you're right. I still hate the idea of losing this place, thinking of everything that has happened here, Alex. They fall silent, thinking. Eventually you start the film, but neither of your hearts are in it. Too busy thinking about the future. Still, a house isn't everything. It's the people that make it a home. Home is where the heart is, after all. Jesus, it's been 1,000 extra days. Trying to see how many days there are in this game.
Hello, Winston. I've checked the schedule for tonight. Nothing particularly important to report, but I'm sure you'll manage to find some new way to disappoint me. Still, at least my daughter's in for Advance's new initiative. That should liven things up a bit here on the 15th floor. Try not to cause me any more headaches. Bozeman out.
At 10 p.m. it's time for Julia's Diary, where the ever-popular Prime Minister reads extracts from her diary.
Jesus, all of them are fucking whatever.
It's the latest episode of our drama series, Betterment, which tells the inspirational story of Emily Dennisworth and the brave doctors and technicians.
And this is Jenny. She's the floor manager.
Hi, Stacey.
That's Colin. He, do you know what? Just don't talk to Colin.
We're getting involved and bring your daughter to work, eh, Colin?
Nah, we don't believe in it.
All right, come and sit next to Mum.
Believe in what?
Just days.
I'm trying to see how many days there are.
Girl.
10 seconds, everybody.
Mondays and me.
That explains so much. Okay, we are going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening and welcome to the NNN. I'm Megan Wolf. And who's this, you might be wondering? Well, it's Bring Your Daughter to Work Day here at Channel 1. So I'm joined tonight by my foster daughter, Stacey. Say hello, Stacey.
Go fuck yourself.
All right then, here are the stories that matter to you. First up, with Advance confirming that the nuclear fallout from the 20-week war is to blame for the drop in birth rates across the territories, we asked you what keeps you going. I know that I, for one, was quite deflated when I heard about this, but reading all your submissions has really put the smile back on my face. This is from Drew in Humberset, To take our minds off things, me and my partner have been building this house for our hamster. It really does distract us from
Hamster
thinking
house.
about the 85%
Appreciate
sterility rate.
you guys
So
stopping in.
next
Thank you.
week, we're building Nibbles a tiny conservatory, a loft conversion, and a holiday home. Thank you for that. And if you've started a new hobby, do write in and tell us about it. Next up, you know how we love your uncanny comestible coincidences, and I don't know about you, but I think this one really takes the biscuit. I'm not sure what I'm more impressed by, Stacey. The things our viewers spot, or the unbelievable way our menu centres are now able to feed every team member every single day. Greg from Poddington has sent us this lovely photo of their breakfast, saying, I couldn't bring myself to eat my toast this morning because I could swear it bore the spitting image of the great Julia Salisbury's relatable face.
Oh, Jesus.
So I had to make do with a plate of butter and 2 spoonfuls of jam.
Jesus,
Do
gross.
keep those coming in. You have a go. We've just got time for one more of your stories, and this one is an inspiring story of rehabilitation. That's it, just tell us who it's from, yeah, and then read it out. Okay.
So this one says it's from John in Stokely. Before I was convicted, I'd never read a single book, but since I was released from Betterman, I haven't been able to stop. I'm even working at a library, and on our lunch breaks, Mr. Wordyworth spell checks for my tattoos.
We absolutely love hearing the way our neighbours and team members have been able to become
Yeah, spell check tattoos.
Do let us know your stories here. You can do this bit, Stacey.
No, you're right.
Come on, give it a try.
Let us know your stories here at the NNN.
Oh my god.
Right, bit of a change of pace coming up here. You'll need to use the S effect buttons for the next segment, but advance have already selected when and what to use. Simple stuff. Just follow your government orders.
Government order, let's see it.
First up tonight on the NNN, it's time to celebrate this week's team lottery winners live from the Shakespeare Theatre right here in the capital. We're going to hand over to Julia Salisbury. I suppose you don't think much of her either, eh, Stacey?
She's got a lot more going for her than you wankers.
Okay, surprising vote of approval there from Stacey. Let's go live to that right now.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this week's Team Awards.
Play this 1 mile so we get paid
All
at
the many
least.
duties I have as team leader, this is by far the most pleasant. As I so often say to you, the uneven past is now, following the demise of Disrupt, firmly behind us. This is the new future. And I say to you, it's better now.
Oh, missed that one.
I am delighted to be joined here tonight by one of the oldest people in Territory 1. He was born over 107 years ago. Please give a warm team welcome to Alfie Tachbadger. So, Alfie, you must have seen so much in your lifetime. What have been some of the highlights? Alfie? Is he all right?
His hearing aid isn't turned on.
Could you turn it on?
Says it drains the battery.
Well, so you tell him that we'll buy him a brand new battery after the presentation.
Yeah, he says that's fine then. And I will help him with that, yeah.
If you would. Sorry, can't get the staff.
We got it.
So, Alfie.
What?
You're 107 years old.
Oh, don't bloody remind me.
Would you like to tell the audience what that's like?
Where is everybody?
Out there, in the dark. Oh, bless him, it's not just the ears.
Who are you? 2 sugars, please.
I'm Julia Salisbury, the Prime Minister.
I love this story. Who are you really?
No, I really am the Prime Minister.
Oh, so you're a
woman.
Yes, a woman. One of
Women can do anything men can do these days, Alfie.
Oh, can you piss standing up?
I can't say I've ever tried.
No, I didn't think so. 2 sugars, please, and not too much milk.
Shall we get to the awards, Alfie?
Are you going to ask me about my life?
Well, I'm not sure we have enough time left now for that, so...
When I was 9, I wanted to pet, so I asked me Mum and Pat. There was no television then. Back then, you know. We made our own entertainment out of coal and frozen kilter.
Well, that's fascinating.
So they got me a pet, see? But it weren't a dog. They told me it was a dog.
So how is everyone doing? This is it's definitely a very slow-paced game, so I'm definitely excited to get through it. I'm enjoying the side stories, but this part's very slow.
I decided to introduce 2 pretty little dirty thimbles who lived up the road.
Oh, how romantic.
She threw my dog in the river. That was the day I decided I'd never marry.
And that's the secret to your long life?
Well, no, I've been married 7 times. Divorced 8. There was a mix-up with number 3, you see. Yes, I'm just lucky. Are we going back to the home soon?
Alfie, first let's turn to the reason we're all here. The weekly Territory 1 Team Awards. First up tonight is a lady who really knows how to put in the extra hours. She works at a transition centre in Hamble-Bamblebury, and she has single-handedly allowed more families to unburden each other than any other nurse in Territory 1. In the uneven past, she'd have been locked up.
Oh, jeez.
Tonight, she is being honoured as a team player. Please welcome Daphne Snister.
Are you here to change me?
Just the medal, Alfie. There's a good boy.
I mean, 2 sugars. And don't let it steep too long.
I think you're supposed to give me one of those.
Well,
there he goes. Look.
I can't get the arms up any higher than that. You'll have to go down, Mum.
Thank God those fractious times are behind us. And now the territories are thriving.
Are we in? Has the actor said to the mission?
Yes, thank you. Got it from here.
Well done. Daphne Snister, everybody. Now, open your envelope and find out what you've won. Don't hold back, Beth. She's stuck to one of Peter's homemade Eccles cakes.
Got it. I won a holiday for 2 in Territory 15. Used to be called San Palmerino, didn't it?
I believe it did, yes.
Why couldn't we have stuck with that then? It's easier to remember.
We're all one nation now.
Hang on a minute. Isn't it still on fire?
And Daphne Snister, everyone.
Oh, what? I've
Ooh.
been in these wide fronts for 3 days.
I'm just censoring it because
We'll get to that, Alfie.
I
Next
want
up
to get
tonight
paid.
is a couple from Farnley who, after a rocky start losing their family's ill-gotten gains to the Assets and Wealth Act, have really embraced the new future, setting up a community farm and petting zoo in their local area for all the local children to play. Please welcome Otho and Lobelia, Jackson Randy-Gannett.
Oops, I forgot to clap.
You know, when I was in the trenches, I had a pal called Scotty Wilson. He was from way up north, so I didn't understand a bloody word he said. But he were my best.
I like Alfie.
Should we describe him personal? Probably for the best.
And his best mate was Smudger Ayres. There was him, Fiddly Eric, Unstable Terry, and of course, Leggy Sidney. She were a girl, but she had a boy's name, so they shipped her to the front anyway. First girl any of us has ever seen close up. She's dead now. They all are. Smudger and Scotty never made it home. Fiddly got shanked in Frankworth prison in an argument over an olive. Terry, she exploded quietly at home. Sidney got a fatal skin. Scratched herself.
What is this? This guy's just rambling.
Thanks, Alfie. Great contribution. So, Otho and Lavinia, a petting zoo.
After we lost all our wealth, we discovered there were actually people who had never even owned a pony. So we decided to do something about it. That's the type of people we are, you see. Advantage of a private education, probably.
Well, I'm sure we could debate that all night, but there's no time. So, let's see what you've won.
Yes, before we do it, there's something I wanted to say to you.
Oh, absolutely. Every citizen of the new future has my ear.
When Advance came to power, you took all of our wealth. You took the shirts off of our backs.
Quite literally, in my case, I used to collect shirts.
You might as well have the rest of it, too.
Oh, jeez, this again.
I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. Bennies and the news are not good bedfellows. Keep those flaccidents off my channel, Alex.
And better. And you are? Oh, no.
Got to go. Oh. It isn't right and it isn't fair.
You tell him, girl. That's my wife, you know. Only you don't.
You can't expel the swine, it isn't right. We used to have 3 horses, sent into Bethel and Hungwell. And now what have we got? 2 mangy goats, 1 mongrel dog called Kenneth, and a rooster that would bloody shut up!
Can we get this over quickly with, please?
As the actress said to the bishop. Oh, here we go again. Hello, Alfie Tadge-Badger. Pleased to meet you.
This old guy, Alfie, is just ridiculous.
Stop them!
Oh, don't worry, love. I'll protect you. Oh, 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 oh.
The bottom won't know what he knows.
You know, this reminds me of when I was in my 20s and we go to the promenade at Shining on Sea and watch all the pretty girls on the beach. Everything was
She lost her job, so I need to get paid.
Of course, we'd visit the Penny Arcade and try to win a block of lard to take home for the family. You couldn't buy lard in those days. You had to win it.
Just a little bit.
It was so much simpler back then. Boys were boys, girls were girls. Everyone else was recruited by the circuses. There were loads of them, you see, circuses, with their big tents and their candy floss. You'd hear the music, the pipe organ, drifting over the nearby fields. My mum used to call it the most magical sound in the world. This was before she lost her hearing after doing a particularly loud round of applause. Did you ever go to the circus?
What's that, Alfie?
The circus. Oh, yeah, just a tea, pet.
Well, that was an unexpected dose of naked nostalgia.
Oh, jeez.
Some people simply can't let go of the past. That's why I look.
I'm gonna take a nice sip of my fucking Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, I haven't done that in a second.
Throughout the territory, we should value our fabulous new generation now more than ever. Our final winner tonight is a go-getter who really went and got him, helping to root out more than 170 disrupt collaborators in his own neighborhood. Since then, he's gone on to be a senior cohesion cadet leader.
Oh shit, it's our kid, isn't it?
All of the entertainment at last year's Camp Cooperation. Our final winner tonight, Edwin Neverlay.
Okay, I thought it was going to be our kid. I was like, what the fuck?
You should be in a transition centre, you old non... Prime Minister. It's an absolute pleasure to finally meet you. We're very similar, in my opinion.
Well, I've never been much of a role model.
Nonsense. Prime Minister, you have saved this country. You have fought enemies, foreign and domestic, with 9 fists. As with my own tiny fists have I.
Well, let's open the envelope and find out what you won. Maybe it'll be a fist enlargement.
Yeah, the fuck?
A year's internship as a behaviour coach at Betterment. Let's show the fools where they went wrong, eh?
Well, actually, Betterment is about rehabilitation, Edwin.
Absolutely. And if they won't reintegrate, we retaliate. Just like you did on Liberation Day. Thank you for this award. And stay vigilant. Report the non-cohesive. Be a team player.
That concludes tonight's
Yeah,
award.
that was a nightmare for you guys.
Hopefully, things will be a lot more normal. Back to you, Megan.
Prime Minister Salisbury there at a highly eventful team awards ceremony. Any thoughts on this week's winners, Stacey?
The nurse was fucking scary, Sweeties was saggy, and that little prick will never lose his virginity.
Jesus.
Succinctly put there, if a little profane. After the break, we'll be going live to a star-studded premiere. You won't believe who's on the red carpet. We'll be back after this. And we're out.
That was a nightmare.
What's that? You're off already? I know you had to take the day off work, Petunia, but... Oh, I see. No luck still with Theodore. I'm so sorry, darling. Of course. I'll speak to you later. Oh, Alex. Completely forgot what I was going to say. Blast and all. Still, I'm lucky to have her.
Tragic comic disaster. That. Do you reckon he's watching us somewhere? Laughing.
Interesting. I hope everyone's having a good night. Thank you guys for being here.
So she can swear.
I almost lost it completely. That was horrible. I'm surprised this isn't over yet, but...
So, Patrick and Robin are just going to grab who they can, and then you've got these generic links on your to glue it all together.
They do know I have a
Automated.
Queen's U degree in journalism.
But you wish you'd studied something useful now, eh?
You must bring your daughter to work day. What a joke.
Where is our honoured guest?
Sitting around that boy band, Hotspot.
Heat Rash. Hotspot won it last year.
Heat Rash.
Oh, Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
names, aren't they?
I hear the computer comes up with them for songs too. Ah, there she is, and just in time too. That's 10 seconds, everybody.
What have you been up to?
What's it to you?
And we are going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. Stacey's still here.
Wishing she wasn't.
Thanks, Stacey. And in this segment, we're delighted to have sent Robin and Patrick to the movies. Yes, tonight is the world premiere of The Automated, starring Lawrence Blunderclatch and the late, great Helena Canterbury Boatshoe. And all the stars are out tonight. We first covered this film almost 5 years ago, back when it was called The Medicated.
Oh, Jesus.
Then, for mysterious reasons, the film was suddenly pulled the night before its release. Well, since then, executive producer George Focus has spent 5 long years polishing the film and turning it into a special edition premiering tonight. With extensive state-of-the-art visual effects and a top-quality voice
7,
team,
6,
George says it's the
5,
movie he always wanted
4,
to make.
3,
Now, let's take a look at it.
1. Oh, Jesus.
I can't deconstruct it.
Damn.
You think I don't grow that?
There's something on your face, Chief Harrison. I wish you were real, baby. Flesh and blood.
Captain Quasar.
But you're just ones and zeros, baby. If only I'd noticed.
Come on.
Captain Quasar.
You rusted, but I didn't notice.
Captain.
I'm buffering, chick, you said.
Got one on you.
God damn it, lost it all!
Here's a map.
What's a map?
What the fuck?
Okay, so head north on Interstellar Avenue, left at the asteroid belt, and a tricky three-point turn at Uranus. What are these symbols? This corner, this is the key.
Shut it down.
Yes, we can shut it down. But we have to ask ourselves, who are we?
There we go. Gee, oh, what the fuck?
Gosh, thrilling stuff. What did you think, Stacey? Thrilling stuff. What did you think, Stacey?
The robots were alright, I guess.
They certainly were. Let's go over to Robin Short now in Western Square, who I believe has got the star of the show. Robin.
Right, you, shall we?
Yes, we are live from Western Square with a man who needs no introduction, Florence Blunderclatch. How has your evening been so far?
Magical, absolutely magical. My most dear friends all gathered here to celebrate my work. One really couldn't ask for much more, could one?
Well, on that note, with award season just around the corner, are you hoping to add to your collection?
The thing's a pain in the ass to do. It's like,
really
it's very
say.
particular in certain spots.
The association deigned to honor me for a fourth time. So be it. It's really not for me to say. But let's just say that I know of 3 little gold men who are getting rather lonely.
Absolutely.
Because I've won 3. 3 little awards.
And each more deserved than the last. Well, it's safe to say that your career has gone supersonic in the last couple of years. How's that been?
Well, as I was saying to Stephen only yesterday, that's Stephen Spellman. The Stephen Spellman.
Super particular. Come
An
on.
unbelievable mind. I said, Stephen, you know, this really has been quite the ride. And do you know what he said? He agreed with me.
Wow. And what do you attribute your success to?
Well, if we're talking actual numbers, I'd have to say 60% talent, 30% looks, and 10% passion, brackets general. Not to mention the incredible coverage on election night. That really was the start of it all.
Let's see.
That and my own range of sick bags. Lawrence's Chundercatch.
All right.
Wow.
There we go.
Who could forget? Well, it's been a delight talking to you, as always. Thank you so much. Well, Patrick Bannon should be with Lil C for a conversation that doesn't involve vomit. Patrick!
Thank you, Robin. Let's
They just switched out Patrick. It's funny.
joined here by
Billy Bob Jean Short. And surely you recognize my youngest, pop sensation, Lil D. Her Lil C Colors album drops next week.
Actually, we weren't expecting Lil C. Is she...
She's around. She's not been feeling very well. She's put me in charge.
Has she?
Well, the courts have. They gave me stewardship over her estate, her finances, and her internal soul. Praise Cradlaw!
Cradler. What the fuck?
But is she coming?
This game is so bizarre at
Well, she
certain
might be
spots.
along later, but
Like, how did the
as
fuck
a
did they
legal
write this shit?
And spiritual guardian, I'll be happy to answer all any questions you
Oh
have.
my god, today.
And Lil D, was it? Well, you look great.
Oh, thank you. You know what? I feel great.
Well, who are you wearing?
I'm wearing Little C, and you could be too.
Really?
Little C's new line launches tonight. This is one of my favourite looks. It's called... Ah!
Oh.
What a pretty name! Hard to spell, though.
But of course, Lil C is basically fashion royalty now with a veritable clothing empire to her name.
Yeah, well, the label's gone from strength to strength since our initial TV launch on this very show, actually.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So really, we have all you to thank for all this. You know, this hat cost more than my second jet. Feel that?
Jesus.
Yes, it's a nice hat.
Second jet, he said.
Magazine has named me the youngest self-made success story ever.
And do you have any advice for anyone wanting to follow your footsteps?
Absolutely. All you need to succeed on your own is your family's financial backing and pre-existing fame.
Oh,
It's
God.
not rocket science, people.
Oh, well, but in sadder news, am I right that Lil C is going to be retiring from music?
Yeah, I'm afraid so. I'm sure you can imagine. At 25, she's far too old for pop music now. She can't keep up with these young stars. So, her best-of album is out now, and she's touring that later this year. And then, her farewell tour the year after that. And that's her last chance to see her.
Trying to keep it up.
Until
I'm almost
the
losing it.
reunion tour, and then the classic tour after that. But it's been a long and varied career, as you can imagine. She's very, very proud.
Oh, and if her health's bad, then maybe it's for the best.
What's wrong with her health? Oh, yes, her health. Her surprisingly expensive treatments.
Oh, Jesus.
Curse you, Zaytan! Damn your
Zaytan.
intergalactic justice!
Oh, yeah.
Ah, I hate that.
Letting you get back.
I hate trying to do
babies
that.
Aren't going to sell
It's
themselves,
so
or
picky.
Possibly at all. Billy Bob.
I mean, look at that. I almost lost it.
Dee,
So close.
Thank you so much for joining me, and do pass our best wishes to Lil C.
Who? Oh.
Now, it looks like Robin is with a music legend who actually is irreplaceable. Is that who I think it is, Robin?
Jesus, how are you?
Yeah, you know, I'm good. I'm great. No thanks to you.
Oh,
Silence to me.
boy.
Silence in the truth.
Are you referring to your attempt to incite violence against the democratically elected leaders of this country on live TV?
Yeah, exactly. And instead of being held a visionary, my management and agent, they all joked me.
Oh, no.
I missed the dolls.
You can't
Yeah,
break me when
I
you
was thinking that
dismiss me,
earlier when I looked out the
understand?
window.
See, I'm the voice.
That was
I'm the
fun.
hope. You can lock me up. Call the doctors.
Yeah,
Only the
same.
moon
It was a lot of fun.
can judge me.
So, what have you been up to since your team cut ties with you?
You know, keep building, keep moving. I'm
So
actually
you,
working on the track right
like,
now.
I'm almost,
Written,
like, it's almost failed right
directed,
now.
all by myself.
And it's not going back up at all.
Can we hear a bit of it?
No.
I know I'd love to hear it, and I'm sure the people at home would love to as well.
Yeah, sure, of course.
Oh, Jesus.
Yo.
Oh, now
The
I gotta
news tried to
fucking
shut
try to
my
focus
mouth,
on
but it won't
censoring
be
it
long
too.
until they go south. Because my name's Big J and you can't stop me. See, no censorship can stop me. See, that's all I've got at the moment.
Did you just rhyme me with me?
No! Daddy promised this wouldn't happen again. You're supposed to clap and say, well done, Julian, well done.
Well done, Julian.
Thank you.
Awkward.
Now, ask people that question, and I'll walk away nicely.
Is it true that you're heir to a hotel chain?
What? Where did you hear that?
And that you're very much alive parents
La, la,
are
la,
currently
la,
on the
la,
run
la,
for
la,
massive
la, 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 la,
recording.
la.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you trying to censor me?
What the fuck?
Oh, Jay's us there, who really does seem to be going from strength to
Oh,
something.
thank you. This
There are
looks
just
like
so
it's
many
done with
stars
that.
here tonight, Megan. It really is the who's who of whatever here. I'm going to see if I can grab a moment with someone rather special. I hope you're not too jealous, Megan. Back to you.
Thanks, Robin. But I think Stacey and I are probably in quite enough trouble where we are. So, 3 big names there, Stacey.
Yeah, big names.
Thoughts about them, maybe from your generation's perspective?
You won't like my opinions.
Try me.
Well, Bumbanonk is so old he's like 1 week away from the transition centre, so who cares? And Lil C was cool when I was like 12 or something, but now she's just another fucking loony. And Jayza
Yeah.
is a disrupt-loving wanker who should have died with the rest of them 3 years ago.
You're right.
You agree with me?
No, you're right, I don't like your opinion. But thankfully, we can go back to Patrick now, who has another familiar face to catch up with. Oh, Patrick!
We're on the edges of our seats, Megan, except we're standing. I apologise if I get overexcited, but any moment now, we're going
It's
to
not
meet
over.
with
I'm
the
gonna have to
cast
do it
of
again.
the hottest new TV show. It's on every Saturday night. Have you guessed it? Yes, it's Big Chris's House of Chris's. And here's the man himself, Big Chris. Hello.
Hey, hey.
It's good to see you.
Big Chris's House of Chris
Love
is
the
interesting
show.
name.
Thanks, mate. It's really good to be here.
And are you excited for the automated?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Come on.
Oh, just one sec. Sorry, it's impatient Chris and rude Chris.
Fuck off. Are the other Chris's here as well?
Yeah, some of them couldn't make it, but some of the boys are here. Hello, we've got Push Chris, Quiet Chris, and Remorseful Chris. Oh my. Pocket Chris is around here somewhere, but I haven't seen him in ages.
What about Chris Reloaded?
Oh no, he's not. He couldn't make it. But Chris 2 Electric Boogaloo's here. Oh Jesus Christ, it's more than Chris.
Hello.
Oh no.
Have you seen Cardboard Chris? There he is. Oi, oi.
Like I literally just tapping it away so it
Is there
tries
anyone
to
in the
match
cast you
up.
don't get on with?
Wow, everyone would think it'd be Killer Chris, but he's alright.
It's
He's really
smaller.
into crosswords. I think it'd
fuck?
probably be Surfer Chris.
Aw, bummer, man.
Or Disco Chris.
Oh God.
He's god awful.
Bit of cheeky celeb insight there.
Shit, that go actually, before Sheriff Chris and Chris Beard fall out again. Oh no, sorry, I've got to go, too late, sorry. I'll see you inside.
No, thank you, Big Chris. Amazing. Megan, you know, I've heard the production have actually had to hire out a separate screen exclusively for them. I'm sure they'll love the movie. What a pleasure to meet with such varied and talented stars. Megan.
Thanks, Patrick. What a colourful interview there on what looks like an amazing night. They certainly know how to make an entrance. And the automated really does seem to have unstoppable written all over it, because despite Boris Horsey in Hours magazine calling it Lawrence Blunderclatch's overly long suicide note, in a review which ends with the words, and he hasn't even had the decency to see it through, the film, which is free to all residents of the territories, has seen record pre-bookings and looks set to run for months and months. But let's go back to those lucky few seeing it tonight. Oh, I'm so jealous. Robin.
Thanks, Megan.
I went literally.
Will you settle for the territory's most eligible bachelor? 5 years ago, Steve Saxon was an unknown. Then a series of incredible performances in acclaimed productions from Hamlet's Jam to the curious rise of Algernon Ding Dong made him the most wanted man in drama. He's been voted sexiest man under 25 for 3 successive years. Now, let's see if he'll talk to the NNN. Excuse me, Mr. Saxon. Steve, have you got a moment to spare to talk to the NNN?
Oh, hi, the NNN. You know, your show gave me my first chance at an audience. The raw me, Steve 1.0.
I remember. Even then, everyone could see there was something so special about you. The whole thing is burned into my mind.
A moment is the very least I can give your amazing viewers in return.
Not that we're out
Game, how's the game going?
Are you going to introduce us to your day?
But of course, this
I'm
is...
Charlotte Winstanley-Hampton. I was in Hey Friendship too. You know, that scene you burned into your mind. I was in that.
No. Sorry. Don't remember you at all. Are you sure you were in that?
Yes, I was the pretty one. Tell her, Steve.
Looks are really important.
Well, if you say so, Steve. So, it's been a big year for you. I believe you've been tackling The Bard.
Yeah, so I've been working with an enfant terrible called Quentin Suckerpunch. We've been doing all the Shakespeares.
Crikey, all of them.
Yeah, so we shoot one a week. I play all the parts, so I learn them at the weekend and then we shoot them naked in his steam room. The lighting in there is really good.
Sorry, did you
Jesus.
Yeah, well, he is. I'm in a variety of hats. It's an old theatrical tradition.
I had a single out. It was called Look at Me.
And you did that advert, didn't you, babe?
Is that your dental floss?
And the sex tape, of course.
Steve! I don't like to talk about that. Although apparently it's available for $11.99 everywhere.
Just ask your newsagent.
So, what is
come
your
on.
favourite Shakespeare play then, Steve?
Ooh, I like the wordy one.
It's starting soon. I'm going to miss the trailers, and we haven't even got any popcorn yet.
She'll be here.
Oh, I'm sorry I'm late, guys.
What took you so long?
There was an injured pigeon. I'll explain on the way in.
Now, of course, I remember you from that legendary first appearance.
Really? Her too?
You were such a serious little thing. You had that horrible sister.
Yes, that was me. I'm the horrible sister.
Don't be so hard on yourself, babe. Looks are really important.
So, what have you been up to, Harriet?
Actually, last year I was overseas bringing art to the starving children from outside the territories. They may not have food, but they can still have Canada.
Good for you.
And now I'm in an experimental physical theatre piece about the existential angst of Wicker. Amazing.
Stay with it.
We do it above a pub on Thursdays.
I was also the girl who got murdered in the bath in Night Slasher 3.
Haven't seen it.
But she was brilliant.
Thanks, Steve.
Fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I think it's starting soon and I really need to
Trying to
think-
like
Oh my
focus
God,
on
you need
sensory
to-
and doing that is a pain in the ass.
You were so
Because
selfish. Sorry.
this comes off very easily.
course.
Sensory
Thank you
is
so
like,
much for
okay, one
talking
quick
with us.
tap. Oh, got it.
Thanks. Love the NNN.
I love you guys.
Woo.
Stop showing off. Sorry.
Oh my God, Megan, I can't believe that. Steve Saxon, Harriet Winstanley-Hamilton, and someone else, can't remember her name for the life of me. I'm too starstruck. If I'm honest, I think I've just come. Back to you, Megan.
It's Robin. Lucky you, and enjoy the movie. The Automated opens in cinemas across the territories this weekend. What a star-studded event, hey Stacey?
Who cares? No one goes to the cinema these days.
Of course. We'll be back after these messages. I still go to the cinema.
You should get yourself a video recorder, like the one at the home.
A video recorder, it's just not the same, is it?
You're right, it's better. No uneven chatting and chewing all the way through.
What about a kiss and cuddle on the back row? Doesn't that happen anymore?
In public? What's wrong with you?
Nothing's wrong with me.
Feeling better?
What? Got to get set up for heat rash. I think Ronnie's on something.
I know he is. It was on his rider. Apparently it's medicinal.
He's always high.
Excuse me.
Give him all the salt.
She speaks.
Wrong pipe.
And just like that, you shouldn't. We seem to be a bit bunched up at this end.
Oh, don't worry. It's so good.
It's what now? Oh, here's Megan. She's going to be interviewing you.
Hello, hi.
This is her. This is Stacey.
Well, hello there, Stacey.
Fuck off, Ronnie.
Right. No, I'm sorry, but if we can't be polite, you're going to have to wait in the dressing room.
Whatever.
Do you want to go and wait in the dressing room?
No.
No what?
No. Thank you.
Okay. And sit up straight. You're ruining my shot.
That's 10 seconds, everybody.
No, cool.
Fucking right, Noko.
What's that? What's no?
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. For our final segment tonight, Stacey and I are delighted to be joined by Heat Rash. Their new album, Girls and Why We Love Them All, comes out this weekend. So, let me see if I can get this right. It's Nolan,
I write the songs.
Ronnie.
That's what it says on the tattoo.
Oh, you've got a tattoo of your name on yourself. Okay.
In case he forgets it.
This raconteur, you must be Chinny. Why do they call you Chinny?
It's because of this ugly old thing.
I don't know what you mean.
God, you're so fucking embarrassing.
Dale. Crikey, Dale, you do not look old enough to be in a band.
I get that a lot. I'm actually 23, the oldest one. I have a growth disorder.
God, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that.
It's so cool, PT.
It's only messing with you.
He's actually 58.
Okay, right, I see. You're going to be a handful, are you, boys?
Mum.
You must be TP. What does TP stand for?
Tiny prick.
It stands for Team Play.
I see. How long have you had that nickname?
Ever since Nolan decided Terry Pronos was a shit name for a member of a boy band.
No co, Ronnie. Yeah, no co, Ronnie.
sorry, what does NOCO mean?
Ah, it's the opposite of SOCO.
Fuck's sake. SOCO. Yeah, so cohesive. You pretees say cool.
Right, okay, thank you, Stacey.
Sorry about her.
Not your fault. She's uneven.
So, you guys met through a popular show on one of our rival channels, didn't you?
Yeah, Team Players with a Z.
So, how did that work then?
Well, actually, Dale and I knew each other from school. We were actually classmates. And
Fuck's sake, Nolan, mate. Give someone else a chance. We all went on Team Players. We all auditioned. The judges put us into bands. And, yeah, we went to their house.
Very interesting. They all shoved onto one couch like
some of our
that.
parts when we work in harmony.
And occasionally singing it. So every week on the show, they get these bands and they give them a song that the producer just found from under the bin somewhere.
Actually, I write the song.
And the public would phone in and decide which song they like best.
Right, and then the losers would be eliminated.
Mum.
NOCO. Pretty. So NOCO.
The band who get the most approval get to play their song again.
Sure. So what happens to the losers then?
Mum.
What do I keep doing?
Oh,
we don't use the L word anymore.
You mean losers?
Would you please stop saying that?
That word is a pejorative. It's a word designed to diminish. At Go-Getters, I learned very early that we only win when everybody wins.
But, sorry, that's not real life, is it? That's just sports board, no?
I thought you were SOCO.
I am SOCO.
Nah, you're a shrinker. Can't be friends with shrinkers.
She doesn't know what you're talking about. She doesn't understand.
So I do understand, actually, Stacey.
What's a shrinker?
Well, a shrinker.
What's a pretty, Mum?
Well, I think it means someone who's older, doesn't it?
Pre-territories.
It's someone who turned 18 before the new future. We call you pretees.
Uneven.
Mimis. Nonks.
It's not her fault she's old. She can't help it.
I'm not that old.
I'm trying to help you here.
I don't think I need your help.
See? Total Mimi.
Is that so?
Yes, obviously.
Oh, geez.
You know what the real problem with you lot is? You just can't get over the fact that your beloved Disrupt are gone and you just don't fit in anymore. But the truth is, Disrupt were violent, NOCO, bricks being led by a fucking psycho. I'm glad they lost, and you should be too.
Listen, not everyone over 30 supported Disrupt, Stacey.
Not everyone, no, but one fuck-off lot of you did.
SOCO, Stacey. SOCO.
We've all learned maybe a little bit more than we expected to there. I'm genuinely delighted to have met Heat Rash. And before we end the show tonight, I think you're going to sing for us.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes, that's right. We're going to sing a song from Girls and Why We Love Them All called Pieces of My Heart, which is about a real relationship I have with an actual girl.
Oh, Nolan, give it a rest, mate. No one cares. Go on, let's get on these stools, lads.
Right.
So, Stacey, can I get your contact?
Oh, she's 15. Go on, piss off and sing your song, Terry.
Right you are.
So, here they are with their latest single, Pieces of My Heart.
Oh, God.
Not for me, no. I only listen to blip music and a bit of jizzcore. Pop music.
Ah, yes, I know I meant to mention this earlier. Apparently, these newfangled boy bands change singer all the bloody time. Try and follow along, eh? Keep the shot on whoever is currently singing the lead vocal.
Oh, fuck.
I saw you standing by the man you sent with a brand new pair of Lakers, baby. Do you remember? You took the first of the pieces of my heart. You wandered into a bush and grabbed a vodka instead. Took our assets and our wealth and drew them out of the bag. I gave you little pieces of my heart. I didn't know two hearts could ever feel like this, girl. It's like you were custom made for me by Remington's fist. I take all of the loves that didn't last and leave them in the
It's so hard to tell who's gonna be the one singing.
you future as my bride. You snatch me inside. There's no need to hide all the times that you cry. As my old man used to say, you blow me away. I just want you to stay. I don't want you to pay. You make me crazier than Neil today. On Liberation Night, girl, I was sitting beside you. We sat there shaking all the way through incisors. We held each other as things fell apart. We took a train through all the territories and we threw away the
God,
rules
this
and
is
wrote our
horrible.
personal stories. You took a dozen pieces of my heart. I didn't know that life could ever feel like this, girl. It's like you were custom made for me by Remington's fist.
Oh shit. I really miss those dolls now.
Share the new future as my bride. Snatch me inside. There's no need to hide all the times you have cried. As my old man used to say, blow me away. I just want you to stay. I just want you to play. You make me crazier than Neil. Make me crazier than Neil today. And now I'm staring at your membership card. There's your picture beaming brighter than a handful of flaws. I'm trying to find the pieces of my heart and leave them in the uneven parts. Share the new future as my bride. You snatch me inside. There's no need to hide.
There's so many, like, there's so many switching. Why do they switch so much?
Blow me away. I just want you to stay. I just want you to play. You make me crazier than Neil. Crazier than Neil. Crazier than Neil today.
Wow. Oh, fantastic. Thank you, Milash. That was actually really good. Best of luck. Thank you for coming in. Now it's almost time for final thoughts tonight. And I've actually asked Stacey to write a few, and they're just being programmed onto the auto cue now. Now, I have no idea what she's going to say. So, fingers on that bleep button in the broadcast room, just in case. Take it away, Stacey.
My name is Stacey. I guess you know that by now. Don't know why I put that in there. Anyway. I don't watch the news. There's no need. You hear all the important stuff from your mates, so I don't know what's considered important anymore. But I'm pretty sure that it's not rehashed movies and fucking boy bands, so anyway.
Okay, hang in there.
I'm going to talk about what's important to me. When Advance were first elected 6 years ago, I was 9 and in a home. Not a family home like you call a home. This was a state children's home. It was,
Oh fuck.
it was fucking awful, actually. It was like a Charles Dickens book. The roof leaked and the walls were damp some mornings. Food was bad. Drugs and alcohol were everywhere. No one cared. You had to watch your back all the time because there weren't enough staff to manage us. And yes, as you'd imagine, there was a lot of... some bad stuff went down there with some of the staff.
Come on, stay with it.
Not all of them, but the others knew, and they didn't stop it. And then Advance won the election. And like a miracle, things started to change. They got better. Had nicer food. The home was not just repaired, but redecorated and kitted out with books and sports stuff and musical instruments and video games. Most of the staff were fired, and the new ones, which there were more of, spent time talking and working with the bullies. And you know what? A second miracle. It worked. The bullying stopped. Life, my life, got better. Because finally, there was enough money to do the good things, and Advance had the guts to do it. I joined Go-Getters, and on Liberation Night, that gave me a group of friends that I could talk with when the bombs went off and the power went out.
Jesus.
Another miracle. I wasn't alone anymore. And that was the night I finally understood the importance of being in a team. So here's my final thought. I know the people who were doing better under the old system long to go back. You say, we were freer, but what you mean is, we were richer. But for every one of you, there is 100 of me. And even now, after all you've had taken away, you are still doing better than I am, than I likely ever will. You still have homes of your own and families of your own who love you. And I'll never have that. So maybe you should stop looking for the worst interpretation of everything this amazing government does and realise it's not for you. It's for the millions like me. And you can cry and bleat all you want, but you're never going to get your money back because it's already been spent on miracles.
Wow, thank you, Stacey, for that.
Let me just
My
say
name's
after.
Megan Wolf. Let's keep making tomorrow better.
And we're out.
Is that all right?
Yes, that was more than all right.
Nicely done. I think you might have actually given them something to think about.
So I guess you're going to be taking me back to the home now then?
I was thinking we could go out somewhere and, I don't know, have a meal, talk about our options, if that's okay.
Of course, Miss Wolf. Security will be standing by.
Interesting.
So they're always there then?
There was a thing a few years ago now.
Oh, with that Jeremy bloke? I heard about that, everyone did. Were you here back then? Doesn't look old enough.
Yeah, she does that.
Interesting. Oh, thank God. That was a pain in the ass. Oh, hopefully I got better pay at least. Being so much longer than I think, not in a bad way. No. Yes and no. Like, it's good, but my God, is it a pain in the ass. Let's see. I think I'm gonna call it there if there's another broadcast, because I definitely need some fast-paced shit. So I need to try to play a little bit of Warzone before I go to bed. I think the guys are getting off anyways, but we'll see. You once again find yourself sitting in Wilson's office. Everything is pristine and orderly, just how fastidious, man. Like, I don't know if that's the right word. Though it's rare for him to be late, the door opens behind you just as you start to imagine the reason why. Winston, you're already here. Good. I'll keep it brief. We both know your dedication to this role is somewhat lacking. You've been here almost 6 years, and in that time, he checks some notes on his desk. This doesn't seem like a great start. See if they stay on or call it here so you can wait them. Nah, it gets late for them. You know, it's all because, like I said, for King, it's like 1. You have a problem following a simple, clear instruction. A prime example of this is that you played the Disrupt propaganda tape a few years back. We're still feeling consequences of the day. He frowned and shook his head. Well, you know that one would probably keep coming back to bite you. Your involvement, whether or not it could be proved in the disruptive attack, has not been overlooked. This night cost Channel 1 significantly, financially and our reputation. You better believe I have had a shred of evidence. If I had a shred of evidence, well, we would not be talking right now. Your general attitude leaves much to be desired. Never willing to go above and beyond for the rule, to work the extra hours when required. Refusal to attend corporate events and functions. These things are all noticed, you know. Is he ever going to let that go? Listen, I'm going to be blunt. I don't like you. If I had my way, you'd be out of here, out the door long ago. But now we're under public ownership. It's much harder to get rid of you without official grievance, and so far you managed to skate just under the line. But I want you to know I'm watching you. I'm watching for you to slip up. Now get back to work. At least you know how he really feels. Let me see. Is he getting on? I think he's wrapping up. Let's see. It's late. It's been snowing all day, and unlike everybody else, you stay inside as little as possible, keeping warm. Normally you enjoy the snow, but today it's been more than an Let me see if he's talking off. I'm always excited when they see the snow. When they were younger, they always wrap the kids up and take them out to play in it. It's been a while since it happened though. And if this place still doesn't feel quite as cozy, especially as you can't afford to put the heating on. Ugh, I forgot we had to leave the place. Sam bustles in from the cold, carrying some groceries. I could use a hand, please. Lots of stairs from here to the car. Arms are full, and they clearly struggling to get everything in the kitchen. But then you have to been at work all day and spend all the time. Spend most of the time at home as usual. Oh, sorry. Of course, I'll be right there. As you rush over to help them with their bags, Sam shoots you a grateful smile. I got most of it. There's just a couple more left downstairs. You head out, getting most of the way to the lift before you remember it's out of order. When you grab the bags, you realize Sam picked up everything to make fajitas your favorite. Clearly, it's not all bad. You forget the weather and unpaid bills as you cook in your delightfully tiny kitchen, laughing together like you used to. For the first time since moving in, you think Sam flicks sour cream across the table at you, making you happy memories again. Money isn't everything. I use the restroom too. Yeah, he's hopping off in a minute. I gotta use the restroom. I'll be right back, guys. I'm back. I forgot to put on the BRB thing. I could have used that. I just didn't think about it. Alright, we're just going to resume this. It's been over 13 years since your dad died. You've visited his grave a few times since then, normally during the times of stress, or when you're trying to figure something out, or when you want some peace and quiet. Today is no different. You feel Sam's hand on your shoulder, giving you a reassurance squeeze. You're grateful that you're still here. They're still here with you. You just having them by your side always seems to make things easier. The call of the raven catches your attention as it flies away. Charlie was only 8 when his grandfather died. He didn't really appreciate how big the loss was at the time, but as he got older, you did your best to pass on what your dad taught you. But now he's all grown up, he's actually starting to teach you, which is strange, but in the nicest way. He's proud of the man he's become. Susie, poor Susie. Yeah. What you wouldn't give to have her back, even just to argue with you. She just wanted to explore the world, so curious, so full of life. Until Liberation Night, everything changed. So many lives destroyed. You've always had your ups and downs, Chris. But that doesn't mean they deserved. If you hadn't given them the password, they'd be safe. And Sam was so happy about it at the time. The choice was made. The best laid plans. Taking your mother to the transportation, it was a difficult decision. Maybe the hardest of your life. You're just not sure if it was the right one, but she definitely is not suffering any longer. And at least she and your dad are together now. Whatever happens next, it'd be nice to have her with you, though. You turn away and wander in the direction of the car. You can't control life, what happens, who lives, who dies. All you can do is keep going and see what gets thrown at you next. What is life? It's not a series of little decisions that defines us. And we'll never know which one will take us one way and which would bring us here. That sounds like the end of the game. To me at least, but it's probably another broadcast right here. Jeff is the worst. Oh. If this says like the finale, I'll just do it. Because they're getting off anyway. So I'm going to play a couple games by myself anyways. Or maybe Coach if Coach is still playing. The finale. Here we go. Let's finish this. 7 years since the election.
Winston, good evening. Back here again, it would seem. I'd tell you what's coming up later, but we both know you wouldn't bloody listen, so I shan't waste my... But you should know, we're still having a few problems with your machinery. Locked buttons, screens flickering on and off, sparks and the like. I'm sure you'll manage without issue. Oh, and don't forget, you've got free reign of the SFX buttons now. Perhaps you should try not to undermine the talent, though, eh? Cheers!
Overseas Lil Chaps. And tonight, the former singer is asking Dr. Adrian Atkinson-Blimey what he's been up to since the cancellation of Inside.
What have you got me?
The scratch, the automated. Julia has her team talk. Little.
Sorry, no.
Okay, no worries.
How old are you then, Cole? Okay, here we go. Big smiles.
I've actually gained a year. I celebrated 44 last year, but it's actually this year. Brilliant.
You're 44. I'm going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening and welcome
Spice it up with some audience responses, Alex.
I'm Megan, and I'm joined, as always, by the inimitable Robin and Patrick. How are we?
Well, we have got so much going on tonight. I'm excited.
I'd say I'm about a 12.
I forgot they switched out Patrick already.
Yeah, exactly. We have got so much SoCo stuff coming up.
We sure do. We have celebrity chef Jordan Brankley, who will be cooking up a store.
We'll be announcing the winners of our big competition, Visions of the Future.
And we'll be joined by a very special guest for a game of Wheel of Truth. And I'll even be showing you how to make your own Leader's Day gifts. We've got all of that and so much more tonight on The Nightly Show.
With SFX, less is more, Alex.
Oh shit. You know what? Fuck, it's the finale.
We will look for the truth, and unlike this channel, we will show it to you. You will hear some frightening things about this government. They are chilling, and they are true.
They killed our kids and stuff like that. Fuck it.
Understand this. There is something wrong with the food.
Right, let's have some applause on the way into the next section.
By Chef Jordan Rankley. But first, we know you love them, so Robin's going to give us an update on our lovely nightly show pets in Pet Corner.
Splendid, that's the ticket.
Well, Megan, first up we have our hamster, Lord Cheeks. Now, he's a squat winter grey with the scientific name Adipem stultus, and he lives here with us in this cage. Hamsters love hoarding, and they actually have special pouches.
I don't see any hamster in that cage, at least not yet.
He loves carrots, apples, and chewing tobacco. Now, hamsters are nocturnal, so we'll do our best not to wake him up. But let's just see if we can... Well, the door has been left open.
Oh no.
It looks as though Lord
This
Cheeks
isn't gonna
actually
go
gone
well.
for a little wander, but I'm sure he will be around here somewhere. In the meantime, let's say hello to our tortoise. Now, after last month's Real Vote, she is now, of course, called Slow Barbara. And don't panic, even though it is December, Babs here doesn't actually hibernate. Let's say hello. Oh, she's sleeping. Oh, Babs. Well, oh.
Bite the fuck out of it.
Those are our nightly show pets, Megan, both alive and well. Back to you.
Don't forget the SFX buttons.
Checking on them. Oh, some very similar animals. Same time tomorrow. Now then, I hope you're hungry, because if not, you're about to be. Patrick Bannon is with Chef Jordan Rankley, and they're going to be showing us how to knock up a delicious apple pie. It's time to go into the kitchen.
That's right, and I'm joined here by Chef Jordan Rankley. Welcome to the Nightly Show kitchen. How does it compare to the kitchens you're used to?
I love the colours. It's vibrant. It's fresh. It's shame about all the arseholes. Yes?
Sorry?
What?
So, you own 6 restaurants, you've been awarded 9 Ballon d'Or across your career, and you've worked alongside the best chefs in the world. Tonight you've got me. Oh, are you worried?
Am I fucking worried? Are you worried? Are you fucking worried?
Yes. So, what are we making today, Chef?
So, we've got a family over for Leaders' Day. They're hungry. We're going to make them a delicious apple pie.
Ooh, lovely.
It's got sweetness, it's got the acidity of the fruit, and then you get the richness of that pastry. Incredible.
Wow, okay, so where do we start?
So we're going to start by making our filling. So we've got about 1 kilogram of fresh cooking apples here. Fucking beautiful. And we're going to slice these up perfectly. And then straight into the pan.
Your new show, Demon Kitchen Heart Eater, starts on Friday here on Channel 1, so tell us about that.
So, teams of young chefs come into my kitchen, and one by one I destroy them emotionally. And if there's time, I teach them some basic knife skills. Fuck me, Patrick. What are you doing?
What?
Shit. Is that how you cut? Fuck, you'll lose a fucking finger.
Oh, don't worry, I've got spares. Right, so once we've done that, we set these aside whilst we make the pastry. Yeah?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah? Okay. Sugar, butter. We mix that together, and then a whole egg. What are you doing, you fucking donkey? They are crumbs the size of that fucking egg.
Oh, no, Chef.
Oh.
Shit. Right. Mix that with a wooden spoon and work in that flour, okay? Work that into a nice ball of dough, just like that.
So, what does the notoriously fierce Jordan Rankley do to unwind?
Shit, you bears. Yeah. What's that? What is that?
It's a bit lumpy.
I like how it's obviously trying to be Gordon Ramsay.
Touch that! Touch it! Yeah? Pathetic. That goes into chill. Now, we're mixing our filling. Okay. Apples, sugar, cinnamon.
You own 6 restaurants across 5 territories. Which is your favourite?
Are you mixing that or fucking it?
What?
Are you going to light a candle? Take it out to dinner? Fucking mix it for fuck's sake. Right, Now we're rolling out 2/3 of our pastry. Bit of flour into the dish.
And the filling goes next, right?
Oh, lovely. Then we're taking the remaining pastry, rolling that into a round, and that goes on the top.
Nope.
Beautiful.
Lovely.
Right. Push a bit of water around the rim. Beautiful. Now press gently all the way around. And we're cutting 5 slashes very carefully with steam. And then brushing the whole thing.
Oh. What is going on there?
Ta-da! What do you think?
Oh my god. You, come here, you.
Idiot sandwich?
That's a disgrace. I'd rather jam my eyeballs up my fucking arse than look at that. I'd rather use my tongue to tie my shoes after the fucking shit-kicking contest, do you understand?
Then it goes in the oven for 45 minutes.
Oh, put your fucking head in the oven while you're at it. Useless. You! Come here, you! You're the worst fucking thing to happen to food since cyanide. Do you know that? I tell you what. Fuck off! Get the fuck out of here! Fuck off!
Okay, well, while I do that, let's go now to Megan and Robin, who will be announcing the winners of our competition, Visions of the Future.
A bit more audience reaction would be nice, Alex.
Well, that looks delicious. If you want to follow along,
I keep forgetting about the audience reaction.
with a stamped address envelope, and we'll send you the fact sheet. So, Robin, look at all these amazing entries to the Vision of the Future competition.
Yes, we challenged you to show us your predictions of the future, and we were just inundated with entries, weren't we, Megan? From wacky inventions to global problem solving, they are all amazing, and we had the best time looking through each one.
It was so tough narrowing it all down, so we have some amazing runners-up. In 3rd place, drum roll please, we have Hamish, who's 3 from Lunwelly. He calls this still life and the future of God, and it really blew us away. Just look at the line work here, and I can really feel every passionate stroke of the brush.
If you look here, you'll see a beautifully rendered, what I thought at first was a smiley face or perhaps a cat. But I think if you really look, you'll see it's actually a representation of the seeming futility of death through the eyes of the living.
Indeed. He's also chosen to just leave a lot of it blank, which I think is really interesting. If you know Hamish and his work, of course, he loves focusing on the negative space rather than the image itself.
Stunning, absolutely stunning, and such talent from one so young, Megan. But next up we have our 2nd place entry. So in 2nd, drum roll please, we have Keith, 41 from Dungleys. Yeah, Keith, we were sort of aiming this towards our younger viewers, but still, he has sent in his idea of the future, which he's calling Ravaged Earth.
Indeed, he says in his really rather detailed notes, deprived of basic resources, society will resort to a brutal system of weekly battles to the death, where only the victor may breed. He also says it's possible here, either that or about the same, but maybe a bit worse.
I really love his attention to detail. You can see the sort of gladiatorial arena, and then what I can only assume is Keith himself pulling off this chap's head and shouting him, "Come back to me, Linda!" Oh, Keith. Maybe if you spent more time outdoors and less time entering children's competitions, she might not have left.
Special one there. And finally, of course, it's time to reveal our winner. All our runners-up will receive a day out at an inflatable Happy Land on an industrial estate just off the A40. Sorry about that, Keith. But our lucky winner will win the chance to spend the day at the Department of Change to see how our teammates are actually making the new future a reality.
Let's see.
And the winner is, drum roll please.
He was that.
Years old and you are from Smugly. We absolutely love your picture here. People's Parade. You've got folks walking together, just really celebrating the diversity of our society.
You've got people with all different flags, people celebrating their religion and their bodies, and there's even a game of sports sport happening over here. That or some overzealous littering. It's hard to tell.
I love these robots having a little bit of a dance, getting involved in the party. Aren't they? This one seems to have gone a bit haywire in what I can only assume is an ominous sign of things to come.
Well, if our winners have inspired you to make some artwork of your own, do keep sending them in, and yours could be displayed in our gallery here.
Well done again to everyone who took part. We're going to take a break now, but when we come back, we'll be playing the Wheel of Truth and making some lovely homemade gifts. Don't go away. We'll be back after this.
I don't know what you did, but it's definitely made things worse down there, Winston. Probably going to be even more difficult for you in this segment. What's the point? You don't listen to me anyway. Yeah, just do what you want.
How are you both getting home tonight?
Just usually walks, and the flat's not far from here.
Yo, listen to me anyway. Yeah? Well, you're a pain in the ass.
I'll get cards arranged for you both. Find me when you're done and I'll take you out for the loading bay.
A daily record of 4% fertility.
E. Yeah, that's not good.
By a massive 9% fertility rate here in Terror. 191 births today. Though a nasty cold snap brings bitter winds overnight. So not all sunshine and rainbows.
Oh.
No rainbows in sight over territories 3 and 4, as a Category 2 storm warning means we advise our residents to spend their leaders' weekend indoors. Though we're sure the happy parents of the 12 new children in Territory 3 will be thanking their lucky stars for an excuse to stay home. Though, of course, nothing to do with stars, more of a hot air, cold air thing. Next.
Alright, see how this is gonna go. We're almost there. This is the finale.
Havoc with the sound.
It's bad out there. We're being stretched again.
Have to use a high-pass filter.
It's a revolution, Colin.
Well, can you ask them to keep it down a bit?
Jenny, where's Glyn? Can we get him out here? I'm not sure about this grandmother.
He's writing with our other guests at the moment.
Oh gosh, she does be swearing so much.
Yes, grandmother's arsehole. It's much better.
Okay, everyone, if I could have your attention, please. Sarah just needs a word.
Apparently there's been some sort of disturbance near the studio. Now, I'm sure it's nothing to worry about, but I wanted to let you know that I've asked for extra security, and they're already on their way.
Okay, 10 seconds for positions and pose.
Okay, this time you've said it.
Laughing, and we're going in 5, 4, 3.
Has the audience gone to sleep? Remember the S-Effect buttons.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, I think I could wait.
Well, here it is, fresh out the oven.
Oh, wow, it does look amazing. Jordan, how did that Patrick do?
Well, let's just say that pie's got more crust than my grandmother's arsehole.
Well, thank you for that. Well, come on, try it, dig in. Okay, whew.
Oh no.
Oh my God. Oh Lord.
And a little glass of comfort for Robert, I think.
But now you better go and get ready for that next feature. Every night we play a game of Wheel of Truth with our celebrity guests. But I know what you're thinking. Megan, we've only got one celeb guest. Well observed, viewers, well observed. Well then, I better bring her out.
One for the state of the nation. And one for me.
Author, lawyer, and thinker. I mean, she's only the blooming team leader. It's Julia Salisbury.
Are you taking the piss now?
Yep.
Oh, welcome, Julia. Darling. Oh, so good to see you.
Oh, Megan, you look incredible.
Stop it. I was just about to say the same thing. Now, don't get too comfortable. It's time to head over to Robin and Patrick as we play Wheel of Truth.
Spice it up with some audience responses, Alex.
That's right, it's that part of the show where we pit our celebs against each other to see if we can break them.
That's right, Robin. They're going to spin the wheel to pick a round, and it could be anything from box of flies to slap my face. They really have no idea.
Lovely.
So, up first, we have Jordan. Let's give it a spin. Here we go. Okay, let's see what you've landed on. Okay, it's fact or fib. Jordan, is it true that you've been known to order takeaway for a dinner party and pass it off as your own cooking?
It's one fucking time. One time.
Well, I think if that pie was anything to go by, you did them a favour.
Oh, not so fast there, Julia. Fact or fib? We heard you've got a very interesting way of saving time during the laundry.
Oh my God!
Oh, why don't you tell us about it?
You absolute... No, I can't.
Once, we fought and died for the right to an informed choice. We had journalists we could trust, so we made decisions for the common good. Then we took it for granted. And now we have bread and circuses. So eat your sandwiches and enjoy your clowns while you can.
Honestly, raise my taxes. We're clearly not paying you enough.
Come to my dressing room after the show. We'll sort you out.
Are you blushing, Patrick? Is all this talk of bras embarrassing you?
I mean, I'm not blushing.
Oh, jeez.
Come on then, you, Julia. Spin the bloody wheel. Okay, here we go. It's guess that face. I'm going to show you a picture and you
Didn't mean to do that one.
Guess
But
that face. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Julia. Oh, who's that?
Oh my God!
Is that you? Yes.
Look, it was a very difficult time fashion-wise.
That hairdo is fucking hilarious.
No, don't. I think it's sweet.
The mullet is as popular now as it's ever been.
Oh, well, don't get too ahead of yourself there. Jordan, who is this? Does that look familiar at all?
Wow! I'm glad I was getting fashion advice from someone who managed to make 7 look like 85.
Just what the doctor
Like I'm haunting the fucking place.
Right. We've got to move on. Jordan, let's have another spin.
Okay, here we go.
It's my go, Patrick.
You go on. Sorry, I'm so keen.
Let's go so much. Oh, well, you're in for a treat.
Yeah.
It's fat or fish. Okay. If you look under your podiums, you will find a lovely fish smoothie. Now, I'm going to ask you both a question, and all you have to do is answer it honestly, or else you'll have to drink the smoothie. Okay? Okay. Are you ready for the question? Yes. Here we go. Which of your esteemed hosts is the more talented one? Oh, what a cop-out.
How is it?
Oh, we made it extra fishy.
I need my fucking mouth. Do you know how much these taste buds are worth?
Well, we've got time for one more quick spin, so come on, Julia, go! Julia, take a look in that box under your desk there.
Oh, interesting.
I think Lord Cheeks is trying to get in on the game. Bless him.
Julia, what have you got in that box? It's not cheese, is it?
Another one, Mr. Bozeman. Don't mind if I do, Mr. Bozeman.
Balls? What am I supposed to do with these?
Well, give it a go for us.
But I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing.
Come on. Do it. She's doing it. She's fucking doing it.
Wow, that was so impressive. I have have
Whoa,
to
what's
say,
happening?
unexpected. Wow. Gosh, that was our game
Wow.
of Wheel of Truth, and my God, wasn't that fun?
That hit the spot.
But now it's time to head over to Megan in Crafty Corner.
I think you might be using those sound effects a little too much there.
Join me in Crafty Corner, where today I'm going to be ably assisted
Yeah,
by
shush.
Julia. Come on over here. Goodness me, I don't know how you're keeping your dinner down. I can still smell that fish.
Well, to be honest, I've had worse. I used to eat at Peter Clement's house.
Oh, well, I hope you've got your artsy hat on, because today we're going to be making something very close to my heart. It's our little studio. Look at that. Isn't it adorable? Oh, all of us there on the sofa.
Wow. Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh, is that all you in there?
Yeah, it is. If we can just get a little zoom in, there we are. Oh, I don't know about you, Julia, but I always leave my holiday shopping to the last minute.
Oh, every year. I do it every year.
Well, luckily these make amazing gifts. Shall we get cracking?
Oh, well, not much left in the bottle. Really not too...
Here, and Julia, that's it. Grab those scissors. I just want you to get rid of this front panel here.
Perfect. Will do.
Are you big celebrators in your house, Julia?
Oh, yes, no. In my house, we show our love through food, like big dinners, loads of drinks.
Absolutely right. That's the best bit about any holiday. It's all that food.
This bit as well.
Absolutely right. Cutting along the line there. Do be careful with the scissors at home. Make sure you're being supervised.
It's a bit
You
tough.
are a child. There we go. Fabulous. Okay, so it's going to look a little something like this, and I've got one here I made earlier. We painted it with a bit of poster paint, white to match our lovely curtains here in the studio, but you can obviously have whichever backdrop you like.
Like a nice shiny gold number.
Well, exactly right. So we're going to make bits of our set now to put in the studio, perhaps a little desk.
See,
So I'm
man,
just
it's all
going to
falling
grab
apart.
This piece of card, I've just got it from a little cereal box packet. I'll give you this one, Julia. Shall I?
Thank you
There
so
you go.
much.
And all you need to do is cut along the lines there. Fabulous. So what's the best part of any Leaders' Day dinner, do you reckon?
I don't even have to think about it. Really? I love the 3 potato pie.
Potato pie, I don't know that one.
You know, with the chips covered in the mash or wrapped up in a jacket potato. That just me that does that.
I don't know, but that sounds starchy. Well done, Julia. So now she's folding over a little bit there. What it's going to look
Let's
like
see.
at the end is this little rectangular shape there. And we're going to pop it in the middle. A bit of sticky tape on the back there so it sticks down. Now we need a sofa.
Almost
That's
done with
what
this
we need
game.
Next.
It's been a good game, but man, it's slow at times.
Knocking everything over. Knocking it all over.
I got one though, Megan.
Good, fantastic. Along the line here, down the middle. Exactly right. Then when you've done that, around the bottom and again around the top. Well done. When you're done,
Oh, there we go.
it's going to look a little something like this. And look what I've done there. I've stuck some felt down. Nice and comfortable sofas.
Yes, can't have our tiny Megan having an uncomfortable sofa, can
Well,
we?
absolutely not.
She'll be on the phone to her tiny agent who's getting someone tiny fired.
Yeah. Well, there's only one thing missing, isn't there, Julia? What is that?
A higher caliber of guests.
Nearly. It's people. So all we've done to make our little people.
Hope everyone's
is we
having a good
stuck
night. I appreciate you
cocktail
guys sticking
stick
around here.
into a bottle
I don't know if I'll
cap
launch a stream. I'll probably just
need
get
a
off
face
and then I'll play a couple
now.
games before I go to bed.
I've got a good
We'll
one
see.
here. I know it well. It's me. I'm going to stick it down there. A little bit of sticky tape. Oh, my felt's going everywhere. There we go. Oh, I'm a bit lonely. Let's take Robin and Patrick over. Sitting down on the couch over there.
There you go. And, well, I'll make myself just comfortable, just there.
Interesting.
And these, of course, are
Me
all
too.
made and cut out of our favourite newspapers or magazines. You can have any guests you like. Julia, is there anyone else you'd like in the studio?
Oh, yes. Well, I'm going to be playing Wheel of Truth with Ronnie from Heatran.
Nice.
Yes, put that away. Yes, he's going to be teaching me choreography, and I'll be teaching him foreign policy.
And of course, you can decorate them however you want. Perhaps you're a bit, I don't know, nostalgic for the old look of our studio. We've got the blue studio down there. Or even a bit of retro red. I've got Sheila Quickstep being interviewed there by... Oh, sorry, that's not supposed to be...
Oh, Mama Dance, please. Oh, bloody hell, is this still on?
Time for a break. When we come back, I'll be on the couch of chat talking to some of you, and I just cannot wait. We'll be back.
Oh, that's
after
not
these
good.
messages.
You know what, Winston? I think I finally understand your disdain for this job, this place. Looking at this farce, what's the point?
Ugh.
Why are we
I did not like that one at all.
These stories of my formative years in the uneven past are lovingly narrated by National Treasure Lawrence Blunt.
Should we be worried? We've got the Prime Minister here.
It's good that she's here. She's the reason for the extra security.
Are we going to need it?
Possibly. We're back.
It's not very reassuring.
I know. Good thing I'm not your mum, right?
D. That's better than E, apparently. Alright. Just chilling. Yeah. After this, I'm just gonna be done, and then I'll worry about it tomorrow. Oh, shit.
Both at the same time, Colin?
That is not a fact.
Torches runs my family. Sprawls are huge circuses and casinos. And brothels.
Right. Everybody okay in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, we would be if you stopped asking us questions like that.
Going to go.
We're expecting
Yes,
trouble.
sorry. I'll be done here soon.
Serious. You might hear some noises, but it's nothing to be concerned about. The services know what they're doing.
So, nobody freak out when the shooting starts, okay? The show must go on and all that. Tits and
It's
teeth.
okay. I love you. Good night.
God, sorry.
Thank you, Jenny. Tits and teeth, armed and ready.
10 seconds, everybody. Best in the business, cheers.
Yeah.
In 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the nightly show where it's time for the Prime Minister to face the toughest critics in the territories. You lot out there.
Call us on the usual numbers with your questions for the Prime Minister. First up, we have Humphrey from Hamble Bamblebury.
Lovely place. I'm hoping to retire there.
Oh, good choice.
Are you there, Humphrey? Hello, Humphrey. We appear to have lost Humphrey. We'll try and get him back, but let's go to another call in the meantime. Who have we got next, Patrick?
Next up, we've got Mandy from Arsminster. Oh, I don't think I'll be retiring there.
Hi, Mandy. You're through to the Prime Minister. What's your question?
Interesting.
Hello? Mandy? What's going on, Jenny? Jenny?
The lines are down.
Oh, well, call down to maintenance and get...
We can't. All the lines are down.
Well, apologies to our viewers. We seem to have a few technical gremlins making mischief behind the scenes. So while we're getting back up and running, Patrick has a couple of questions that were sent in by our viewers earlier this week.
Oh, yes. yes, no, of course I do. Well, our first question is from Trisha, who lives on Camera Avenue. And what she really wants to know, lock the door! Lock the fucking door!
Oh,
shit.
You're Jenny, aren't you? Come here. Don't be afraid, Jenny. We're not here to hurt you. We're not here to hurt anyone if we don't have to. All I want you to do is to keep the show on the air. Do you understand? Just do your job and everything will be all right, okay?
Don't be afraid, Jenny.
You two, on your knees over there. Move!
Ooh, shit.
So, this is the famous couch of chat, eh?
I don't answer questions at gunpoint, Mr. James.
Oh. You're not at gunpoint, Prime Minister. They are.
Nevertheless, if you think I'm going to answer to you, then I'm
Oh,
afraid...
you don't have to answer to me, Julia. Are the doors locked and sealed?
Yes, sir. No one's getting in or out. Sealed.
Good. Good. All clear.
Good. Thank you. Yes, good.
Wait. He's alive.
contact.
You were very quickly in their crosshairs. I'm sorry.
Rotten, selfish bastard.
Yes. Keep the show going.
Of course.
Let them go, Alan. There'll be no killing tonight.
Sorry, I don't think we've met. I'm Patrick Bannon.
Is that what you're telling yourself, is it?
Jeremy. Was he behind the whole thing?
Sorry for barging in. Hate what you've done with the place.
Me too. Would you like your spot?
It's yours now. You wear it well. So, let's talk, shall we?
Armed security are on their way, Mr. Donaldson. I know you know that.
Well, best make use of the time we have, then, eh?
Well, I'll leave you to it then.
No. I think you should stay too.
For safety.
For balance. Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Let's welcome back the National Nightly News. Tonight I'm joined by probably the two most influential people in the country, if not the continent. So let's see if we can't kick over a few rocks.
This got very
and see
interesting.
what's lurking underneath. Prime Minister, if I could turn to you first.
I have nothing to hide.
Except that which is already hidden. Prime Minister, what is
Nope.
norepinephrine?
I beg your pardon?
Norepinephrine. It's used in birth control, among other things. If you haven't heard of that, perhaps you could enlighten us in regards to Agrobacterium tumefaciens.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, Mr. Donaldson.
Well, that suggests a lack of attention to detail, Prime Minister. It's a bacterium used in the genetic modification of an organism. And I found traces of both these substances in every single one of the menu centre food boxes that I've had analysed. From across the territories, if you want.
What exactly are you suggesting?
I'm not suggesting anything, Prime Minister. I'm just pointing out the facts.
Oh my God. Is that why Kate and I can't have...
So you blamed it on the radioactive clouds from your bombs?
Before Stacy. We tried so many times.
Prime Minister, is there something wrong with the food?
Ooh. Ooh.
You want the truth? You think it'll help your viewers sleep at night? Well, here it is. 6 years ago, when we came to power, we had access to the real facts and figures. And they told us we were doomed. The population was expanding at an unsustainable rate. Within 50 years, we would be out of natural resources. We would war over fuel, and then inevitably food and clean water. It was no exaggeration to say that we were facing extinction. It was supposed to be opt-out contraception, an end to unwanted children, a chance to rebalance. But something went wrong in the testing phase. Nature took over. We never...
Hey, thanks for the raid, guys. Oh, King, thank you for 10. Jesus.
And blame the sterility on the bombs.
Oh, please don't.
Jesus, thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Panda, how you doing, man?
To drop are not the answer. You'll just take us to an even more extreme version of where we were before. Your miserable policies will kill us all.
I'm not the one
Gus, thank you for being here.
No, you're from a time where people didn't even have the basic right to choose how and when to die.
You turned children against their parents.
We enabled young people to speak up about the abuse
Hey,
that they
no
were
problem.
facing.
Thanks for being stopping by, guys.
Most of that abuse came from within their own
God damn, that's a big raid. Appreciate you guys. Thank you very much.
Sterilised us against our will.
I built a sustainable future.
Too much.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank
There's not for
you.
you to choose.
That's awesome. I appreciate you guys.
Well, if not me, then who? Who would choose it for themselves?
And isn't that at the heart of all this? You don't
My name is Fly Variety.
You think you know best?
I play.
You know what's good for us. And if we
Oh, I
disagree
do.
with
I
you,
love
then
the
you'll
raid.
send us to better.
Oh, thank you for the cheers,
That's
man.
why there's no
I
music
play a
anymore,
variety
because
style of
there's no
games.
choice. So
Hits the name. I play this. So this is the ending of Not for Broadcast. I play whatever Wednesdays. So after this, it's gonna be Sherlock Holmes games for Wednesdays, and Saturdays are Scary Saturdays. And I'm currently playing Evil Within 2 on those days.
Let's turn to
And then other times I'm streaming mostly with Bonafide King, playing Warzone, or just streaming Warzone myself.
Jenny,
But play a little bit of everything.
could you have this
Appreciate you guys being here. It's great to see you all, you guys.
Is that from Disrupt Leadership?
It's a game, but you're
Mr. James, before you
doing the
launch into a rather
news.
premature election campaign, I think it'd be useful for the viewers at home if you were to also answer a question or two.
A little bit, so that way you can get a little bit of everything. You look for, it gives you something to look forward to.
The truth is very important. No more hidden secrets.
If you say so. From whom do you take your orders, by the way?
I beg your pardon?
Well, you're Disrupt's spokesman, but for whom do you speak?
Paladin, appreciate you being here. How's Resident Evil 3
Dangerous for
going?
me to say.
Don't worry. I don't share his concerns. You see, I've met with him almost 5 years ago now, back when I was a news anchor. And I also met with him a week ago.
That's great. Are you playing right now? Are you streaming right now?
I think they wanted to check that I'd stick with the script, which really shows how little they know me. So this time, I wore a hidden camera. Would you like to see a little of what we discussed?
All right, great to see
you
it.
Can't. She'll have them arrested. They'll be dead by morning.
Not an unfair assessment.
Fortunately, it's not up to me. It's up to Alex in the broadcast room. What screen, Jenny?
Screen 4.
No, you can't. My people will stop you. Cut the power to your machines.
Well, I would imagine mine will be doing their level best to ensure that Mr.
Nemesis
Donaldson's
is
footage gets
basically
the airing it deserves.
Steve.
After all, my security forces will be here
Oh
soon,
my
and
god,
I
it's
imagine
fucking
it's
great,
working very
Steve.
badly for all of you.
What are you supposed to do in this game? So right now we play as a news anchor, and you're supposed to. There's a there was a war and everything, and you gotta choose what to broadcast and what not to broadcast.
Alex.
And different choices have different outcomes.
Please don't fall at the last hurdle.
Oh damn, glad I'm not making this choice.
All our good work. All the years of disrupting. You could make it all for nothing.
I'm playing the footage.
Don't
You know
play
why?
the footage.
Cause fuck you, that's why.
And you're absolutely certain in your research?
It's unpalatable but true. Advance are covertly sterilizing the population.
Why don't you just release this through your normal channels?
Mr. James is surprisingly efficient rabble-rouser. The peasants respond to his more earthly qualities.
I'm only gonna do part of it.
Mr. Donaldson are
Leave that alone.
they trust.
We did not risk our officer's life.
Appreciate the raid, King. Thank you so much. That's a big raid. Appreciate it. I was gonna wrap up after this, so actually, if it depending on how much longer it goes, I'll do one of the Easter, or not the Easter egg, the DLC ones.
Followed, of course.
This is a very slow game, so this is the end of it. This is the last
Nature
mission.
abhors a vacuum. You, Mr. Donaldson, will create that vacuum, and we should be there to fill it.
That will take considerable resources. From what I understand, Advance took your...
I'm really excited for the Sherlock Holmes games.
Some markets still prosper.
But yeah, so you have the sensor bars, you have to choose which cameras to go to and everything like that. So it's like you're literally in the broadcasting to choose what to
Then
broadcast.
there are the foreign powers, outside the territories. Those who fear to follow the fate of my glorious Erkistan.
There's a war going on between, the country
No price is too high.
Folks like us are
and
well resourced.
the Prime Minister, the woman in the
No
top
concern
right,
about that.
bombed pretty much different territories that didn't agree with it. And the guy in the top left was a group of, they called them terrorists or whatever, that didn't want to agree with it, the system and stuff like that. So it's and then you're kind of choosing what to air and what not to air.
Yeah.
That face.
Now we cannot hear the Damoclean sword as it dangles above his head.
No, he's an ignorant bull. He sees only the red cape in front of him.
And so it is with the low orcs. They are lost in this new world.
They will gladly walk back to Old One, and they will be ours again, as it should be.
You set me up.
No, Alan, you did that to yourself.
Now do you understand what we're doing?
Do you understand why we have to?
Pathetic.
Neither of you recognizes your own reflection.
How long, Jenny?
For long, I imagine. For any of you.
Security are outside. They've been here for 5 minutes, but they're not doing anything. Turns out there's a lot of them who wanted children.
Ooh.
We're already a few minutes over, Megan, but with ratings like this, Bozeman's no fool.
Do you want to take us out?
It should be you.
It should be both of us. You start.
Before we go tonight,
one final thought.
There's so much to digest here. What's happened tonight in this political circus?
The tent is collapsing, and the ringmasters have lost their glitter.
There will be elections. Soon, I'd imagine. You'll be able to choose.
Ooh.
These two.
That's very interesting.
A choice between a shit sandwich and a cold cup of soup. A circus of horrors.
Two extremes, both offering their own form of misery.
You can choose advance and be equal.
In cages, like performing lions.
Or disrupt and be free.
To struggle and starve.
Or you can do something different. You can run. You can stand. You can stop promoting the way things are and change it.
You're good people, and you are sensible people. You know the difference between right and wrong.
So stop whinging and do something. Take responsibility, because if you don't, it'll all be left to these clowns.
And that's the worst circus of all.
My name's Jeremy Dawson.
And I'm Megan Wolf.
Have a transformative night.
And then make tomorrow better.
And we're out. You're done. This program, this channel, all
No,
of
Julia, not them. We're done. They got us both.
I am from Vegas.
So they'll escort you when you're ready. You can call your taxi then.
And that's happening because I didn't go to the, I didn't do the thing. I didn't go to, I live in Vegas.
My bosses won't be pleased with you.
Child sex traffickers and wannabe dictators. The natural enemies of the reporter.
We should go and see Bozeman.
We'll do it together.
Ooh. Where are you guys from?
I
I appreciate you guys being here. Sorry, I'm just focusing on that because that was wrong. And there's the end of the game. I'm happy I'm done with this. Yep, that's your meter of how many people who are watching. Oh, my fiance's from Texas. That was bittersweet because I enjoyed it for what it was, but those broadcasting parts were tough. From the Bronx, shit. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a big ass break. King. Appreciate you guys being here. It's so cool. Now showing all the choices I've made. Yeah, we ain't gonna sit through all that.